Xavier built it, and he has a lot of things that I will be using in the future because they're amazing. So you guys are in the dining room here. I did not turn on dynamic lighting because I did not want to bother with it. I could have left Fog of War on, which would have done a lot. But then I was also like, wait, but Xavier and Zeroji need to know this house layout. So they live here, they'll know it. And I just am allowing V to know by proxy.
Well,
We explained the house layout in detail on our way.
Well,
Just
you're
in
sleeping,
case.
so you can't.
We
Xavier
could
could
have
try to
probably
explain it to
shown them
sleeping
around
people.
before dinner at some point.
Yeah,
The maid
like,
would
in
have
the
shown you
bathroom
around,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah.
of the maid,
Is she a cat lady? I don't have. Do I have notes on her? Hang on, don't tell me.
she's not on her yet.
I'm Lean Clove, female human butler for Sophie. Intern, hell yes. How ironic.
now let's see what spells I have prepped.
All right. And what was her name? Because I have like 5 bajillion notes.
Lene, Lene. That's it I have written down anyway. I don't know if that's actually accurate.
I have 3 E's in her name.
Where's the third one?
Leene.
That's how I have it in my notes.
Well, I know she's a character from Arkenton. I have notes on her in there. I just needed to figure out which one it was because there's a lot.
She's the butler, not the intern. The intern's a dick.
It is the way Xavier spelled it, by the way. It is Lene Clove. Lean Clove.
Someone didn't get to know the help.
Hey, that's fine because I've already got my lady.
My lady.
You can respect more women than just the people you want to sleep with, Zeroji.
Ooh. All right, so we're going to select you all. We're going to right click. We are going to toggle combat state. I am going to roll NPCs. You guys, even the ones that are sleeping, can select your tokens and roll your initiatives, because that's where we're starting. Basically, the intern butler pops in through the kitchen, you assume, Xavier, at the same time as 4 other people break in through the windows and one through another door leading out of the dining room and say, "Aye, we're here to rob you." But you guys are all sleeping except for Xavier and Callie.
I did initially roll before I opened up D&D Beyond 20, D&D whatever.
I don't know why my roll twice.
I can just tell you what my roll was, unless I can insert it manually.
Just roll again, because I can't actually put it in there for you.
Okay, well, I will roll again.
And then I can put the initial number in for you.
My first number was a 10.
10.
Like after my adjustment.
All right, it's in there.
It's not letting me roll.
I need to roll for. What was yours?
I rolled a 13, but when I try and click on the thing to roll it.
That's the page I need up. Game collections, campaigns, Callie.
Mine rolled twice. My first was a 17. My second was an 11.
So your first was a 17.
I don't know why it took both.
Do you still have it looks like you still have it set to private rolls.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you might have it set to private rolls.
Oh, I have private GM rolls. So
I need to set to private rolls now. Okay, click the Beyond 20 tab here, click the Beyond 20 tab here. Select this character. Underdark mode is now available. Yeah, turn it on, sure. And we are going to Roll Callie's initiative. She got an 11.
So many people with 11.
Popular number. I technically rolled an 11, but I have a -1.
All right. So we're starting off with this guy over here who looks at the head honcho, which was the intern, and he goes, "Not all of them are sleeping. What do we do?" And he looks back and he says, "Kill him." So he's going to rush over here, take actually no, she's right there too. Because I forget she's a person. Rush to here.
Wow, women are people.
Women are people. More specifically, that's a person that I need to remember is actually there so I don't ignore them and they don't kill these bandits. And he is going to just do a simple slice with his scimitar.
Shoot the boop.
She is not surprised by him. He does hit. For normal damage, she takes 6. Do I have music playing? I do have music playing. Oh, that's so much music. Yeah, it's just turned low. Here, see? Music.
Oh, there it is. Is that?
That's not battle music, though. Hold on a second. Pause that one. Make sure that one loops. There we go. Now you got battle music. Can you see health bars on these people?
I cannot.
That is fine.
Nope.
I can't
Hopefully you can
health
see when
bars
they're
on
blooded.
anybody.
Hopefully you can see when they're blooded. That's all that really counts or matters. All right. Back to this. He used his action. Doesn't have any bonus actions.
Okay, it does automatically update.
Pop out because I need that. Pop out because I need that too. Zeroji, give me. Oh, I need to back up.
Intelligence save. Those are the magical words.
I need you to give me
Not a strength or charisma save.
a wisdom save at disadvantage.
Okay, I will click it twice then.
You stay
Well,
sleeping soundly.
Not great.
That brings up Liz. Give me a wisdom save at disadvantage. Liz,
Okay.
you too stay sleeping soundly.
Darn.
Dolphy is going to attempt a wisdom save at disadvantage as well. Solfi nat 1, so he actually falls off of his chair and is now prone on the ground. And then we bring up the leader of this troop. Someone messaged me. It was Socks. And the leader of this troop sees a nice squishy wizard right next to him and says, "Now y'all best be surrendering. I'm gonna kill this mage right here in front of me." And he holds up his scimitar to the back of Zeroji's skull. Xavier, Callie's turn. Callie waits for someone else to make a call, but she has like a glinting fire in her eyes. Lean activates mage armor. And Misty steps away. I'm pretty sure she can do that. No way she can't because she used mage armor. So no, she does not Misty step away, but she uses mage armor. Cast the spell. Pay no mind if it says it from Sophie, but I don't think you can see it anyways. And then she can't disengage, so I guess she's stuck right there. Xavier, what do you intend to do?
I'm gonna draw my weapon and then say, if you touch him, you're going to die. But I'll wait to see what he does, and if he hurts Zeroji at all, I'm gonna charge him and just attack.
He held his action for your reply, which means he is in fact slicing at Zeroji right now with advantage on a guaranteed crit. If it hits anyways. Zeroji, what is your flat-footed AC? This is without Dex mod. Should be 10 or 8, I guess.
10.
All right, you get hit, and it is a critical hit. Or still only 6 damage. Give me a Wisdom save again. This time, no disadvantage.
Doesn't damage immediately wake you up?
This is because you are poisoned, so it's a different kind of sleep, so to speak. Like, you're still going to be affected by the poison. You do wake up.
21.
You feel intensely groggy, though. So for the next round, you can only do one action between an action movement and bonus action.
Yeah, upon seeing him attacking my sleeping brother, who he poisoned to make fall asleep, I'm going to. Can I be in this square? I don't actually know. Or should I
You
have to be,
can
like,
in a moment. He's not actually done attacking.
Okay.
Zeroji luckily woke up on the first attack. He's got 2 more attacks coming at him.
Ah, perfect.
So these ones, you are awake now, so it is not. I will say, even though you are sitting down, it won't be at advantage, just because, I don't want to outright kill you. But a 19 will hit, base 19.
Yes.
And then a base 15 will also hit.
Now I'm gonna shield that one.
Comes up to 20 total.
Oh, okay.
A
Never
base
mind then.
15 would also hit, is what I
Base
said.
15. Never mind.
Yeah, would you like to take back your shield?
Yes.
So that's 2 more damages coming at you. Normal. Normal. Wow, he keeps low rolling.
Good. I'm
Zeroji,
squishy.
you take another 9 damage total.
Okay, that's still more than half my health.
Xavier, you can now move.
I'm going to activate my radiant consumption, which is basically just a burst of light shooting out of me and basically hurting everything around me, including myself.
You do realize this at your current point would hurt your father and Callie and no enemies.
All I saw was someone cut into my brother while he was sleeping. and it's not a sensible. I'm
Okay,
gonna
is it a
call
save
rage.
or is it guaranteed damage?
It's guaranteed damage. But I need to read like when it happens.
Sure.
At the end of your turns, all creature within 10 feet of you take 2 radiant damage.
Okay.
But it is my action, so I'm gonna run up to him, but I'm not gonna attack. So if I can stand here, I will.
Sure.
And then that will have to be my turn. So
All
everybody
right.
within 10 feet of me takes 2 radiant damage.
So that would be. Let's
If I could
just.
get into a position to not hurt everyone around me, that would be great. But
You're
here
in a
we are.
very tight room as it is.
Yeah.
Dining rooms shrink quite a bit when combat starts. They're pretty large otherwise, but when combat starts, they're pretty damn small.
Yeah.
All right, so Xavier, we are going to.
Do I even have my weapons here? I can't remember if I brought them down.
Aura. Give you this burning red aura here. Aura to all. 10 feet, which is 2 grid units. Update token. Okay. That looks more like 5 feet. I guess it is 10 feet across, huh? That is 10 feet across. That's 10 feet, so. Is it a 10 feet radius or diameter?
It says within 10 feet of me. Or it says within 10 feet. I'm guessing it's based on the center of my person, 10
so
feet
that
out from there.
needs to actually be 4 then. No, that needs to be a lot longer than that. What the fuck is this feet thing? Hold on. Whereas 10. We'll just do that. I'll make it a circle too. Pew! So 5, 10, 5, 10. Yep, now it goes the full 10 feet away from you. So
What
I
is
will
the
allow you to
consensus?
still move if you feel you can do this without damaging someone else in the process. Make this 5. Nope, that's darker. Need that lighter. 5. There we go.
My problem is I need to be within range of him. Because I'm attempting to draw his attention away from Zeroji. So while
Well,
this
luckily
hopefully
what you're
doesn't-
doing, it deals 2 damage to him. It deals 2 damage to Zeroji.
Oh, good. I'm at 3 HP.
It deals 2 damage to Liz, which gives Liz a wisdom save with no disadvantage. So just make a wisdom save, Liz. Despite no disadvantage, Liz still stays asleep peacefully. Should have just taken my offer, boy. Alright. That brings up the, top of the round?
So what's the consensus on what we have at the dinner table? I can't remember what we would have said we were wearing or you
I say
brought
top
with
of the
us.
round, but I'm missing people from combat. Add. Roll.
Yeah, I remember you saying there were more bandits, but I didn't see what.
Yeah, they didn't
where they
decide to
came
go,
from.
apparently. They didn't get added.
Oh, there they are. That
didn't have
window.
the,
I
yeah, I didn't
see.
have them selected. Alright, so we're just gonna do their movements now. I don't think it would have. We're gonna say it, they'll come in at the actually, you know what? Screw it. They didn't act because they were waiting for commands. Top of the turn order. We have this bandit facing this lean mage again. He is going to take another slice at her. Aye, they're not listening to us, boss! Rolls an attack at her. I forgot Callie in there too. Sure, her turn needs to come up before this guy's. He misses anyways, and he does not move. So remember that. Callie's turn. What the fuck does Callie do?
Burn it with fire, most likely.
Callie, seeing the mass amount of damage that Zeroji just took, is going to cast Heat Metal. On the bandit leader. So the bandit leader needs to make.
Heat metal is a pretty classic Cali move.
Casting it on a scimitar. Sword. Fire damage cast. If creature is holding or wearing damage, it takes the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. Alright, so Constitution save 13. That is not one of his skilled ones, so he just makes this as a saving throw. Normal. He keeps the weapon in hand, but it burns like hell because he takes 7 damage from it. There we go. That is top of the turn order, which brought up that bandit, which missed horribly, which brings up Zeroji. You get 1 action, bonus action, or movement.
Good luck,
Basically to
buddy.
reflect you shaking off the poison.
Would I know if there are healing potions in this house?
Give me an int check just to spontaneously see if you can remember it. I'll allow it as a free action. There you go. You're getting 2 actions anyways.
Ba-da-da-da. And I thought I had something for this. Spells, extras. Oh, no, that's lore related. Never mind. Okay, int roll, you said? 9.
Even being pretty intimately familiar with the house, you can't think of a place offhand where a healing potion would have been kept that your father wouldn't have told you about or had you just take on your trip anyways.
Damn grogginess. Did he already use his reaction? Was his reaction to stab me, or was that his action?
He used his reaction last round at the top of a new round. He used his reaction to basically for his held action.
Reactions reset upon his turn, or is that at the top of the round?
Pretty sure it's the top of the round thing.
That'd be
Someone
awkward
can
for a
clarify
person
later.
at the end of the round, I think.
Because
But
I would
I'm not
kind of
sure.
fuck over the person. So you're ruling that he does currently have his reaction, yes?
Currently, yes, unless someone can find the ruling later. I assume V is furiously searching.
What am I searching for?
Never mind, he's not.
Does your reaction refresh on your turn or at the top of the turn order?
I thought it was at the top of your turn.
At the top of your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll allow it. He doesn't have his reaction yet.
Oh, thank God. That means I can move further away.
Yeah, because then if you're the last one on the initiative, it would just reset right after your turn, and it would be kind of crummy otherwise. If it,
That's true.
What's my move speed? 30? 30. Yeah, we're gonna... My body hurts a little bit. So... Oop,
Also, Kit,
Can't
there
touch
is an upstairs if you choose to try to run up there.
5, 10, 15. How much movement speed to open a door?
If you're doing it as a part of a move, it takes no movement speed.
20, 25, 30. I am a liability right now.
Callie seems to give you a nod on your way out.
How'd Callie get over there?
She
I
still
didn't
had her
see her.
movement.
I didn't see her move.
Yeah,
Oh.
I forgot that she also has a movement, that she's actually, a character I need to actually play.
Alright, that is my turn.
Alright, that brings up Bandit numero dos, who finally gets a turn and is going to promptly jump the table a little bit to get to this side of Lean and tries to attack her as well. Hold on, what? Eh? Yeah, there we go. Facing buttons work. So we bring up the bandit. Scimitar. Attack. This one is going to be a hit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because mage armor only adds 3. Or put your armor at 12 plus dexterity or something. Or 13 plus dex, one of those two. Still hits. For normal damage. She takes 5 more damage. He doesn't have anything else to do with his action. Brings up this guy who has a light crossbow drawn. And Zeroji, give me a D6 roll. Odds the door is open, evens the door is closed behind you. As you rush through it.
Wait. Okay. No, I can't use portent here.
Can't use portent there. Odds, so the door is open. But you can use portent on this roll coming at you with the light crossbow.
Oh, it's a nat 1.
Alright. What could it have been? It would have been a nat 20.
Well, I foresaw this, and it's not a nat 20. It's a nat 1.
Alright. So you see an arrow coming at you with unerring accuracy, and then out of nowhere, the bolt just fizzles out of existence. Right in front of your nose. Like the bridge of your nose, it was right there.
I don't blink because I foresaw this.
Kylie looks over at you, thinking you're dead now, and is very shocked to see you're alive.
Because he
This
just
brings
saw
up
this.
Liz. You need to give me a save again at disadvantage because you're still sleeping. Also, Zeroji, we need to remove your unconsciousness because you are no longer unconscious. You might be about to become re-unconscious, but currently you are not. Liz, despite all the commotion going on, this poison's got you. Like, damn woman, you're done. I need you to actually give me your first death save. Liz.
That's a con save, right?
Yeah, this one's a con save. Alright. You succeed. It doesn't actually count again towards any waking up things. You're not dead. This is just an extra action of the poison work doing its work.
Oh.
Alright. That brings up Sulfie, who needs to do the same thing. So wisdom
I never marked down my
save
radiant damage. I need to do that. Right.
at disadvantage. You didn't do your own radiant damage to yourself?
I wasn't actively thinking about it, but I did it now. I said that I was resistant to it, and I'm like, oh wait, I haven't done it yet.
Sulfie is in the same boat as you, Liz, fails his save again, and must also make a death save. Which I don't know where that is on this sheet. I guess I just make a con save. It's fucking up. Damn it. Alright, come here, Sulfie. I need your stats again. Con save. Saving throw. Normal. That's a problem. Well, I don't need to set the character to dead. I do need to set the character to one failed death save? Is that a thing? We're gonna use exhaustion as that for now. If it'll let me use exhaustion as that. Huh. Well, I can see it set. That's weird. Sulfie has failed not only to wake up, but also seems to be falling even deeper into a slumber, so much so that his breathing has now slowed, Xavier. You notice it. You're basically the only one to notice it because everyone else is very preoccupied.
Yeah.
The captain looks at you, Xavier, says, I got no time for you when your brother's nearly dead.
If he's coming after me, he's taking at least 2 attacks of opportunity.
Depends on how far he has to go.
True.
I would like to re-ask, do we know what we were wearing or had on our persons when we sat down at the dinner table? I can't remember if we had said as such.
You guys had just got out of the bath.
I know I have no armor or shield.
Liz has no armor, no shield, and only one arm.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier, you are presumably unarmored unless you armor up to eat dinner with your father.
I assumed I wasn't wearing armor.
Even having a weapon might be a
bit of a
formal
stretch.
choice for you at this point too, so. The bandit captain cares not for your pathetic attempt at trying to attack him, so he will take an opportunity attack from you if you so choose to use it.
Most definitely.
I don't know if you have Sentinel, so you might stop him here. You do hit.
What do I have? It's been too long. Is Sentinel like a feat or something?
Yeah, it's a feat.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if I have that.
It's
You can look
I'm
in
gonna
your
assume I do
features and
not.
traits. feats tab and scroll to the bottom, and you should see it there if you have it.
I
I don't
don't
have
see
any
it.
feats.
Like Callie has Warcaster.
I don't have any feats.
You should have one because I give you guys a free feat.
No,
Was
you
that on
didn't.
these characters? I thought that was just on our one-shot characters.
That was just on the one-shot characters.
Was it?
That was
Okay.
indeed just on the one-shot characters.
Oh, Callie's a human. That's why she has a feat. Never mind. You're good.
Okay.
You guys are right.
Cool.
I
In
mean,
that
I'm
case-
definitely willing to take a feat.
Nope. I was wondering why Callie had one. It's because she's a human.
Yeah, very
Oh,
human.
weird.
Same reason why I have one.
Where is my divine? Where's my smite?
Smite would just be in your, again, features and
Oh,
traits
there it
actually.
is. Is this considered a melee weapon attack if I am just using my fist?
Your fist is an unarmed attack, unfortunately.
So it's not a weapon attack. I cannot use that. Okay.
I mean, if you pick up a fork or something, you could use that as an improvised weapon to use smite on.
Then I think you have disadvantage on that.
Let's say unless I was grabbing like a knife, I don't know if I'd be able to actually hit. With
Maybe not
that.
disadvantage. You just don't get your proficiency to it at all.
Yeah. Or it wouldn't be disadvantage.
It wouldn't be disadvantage. I just don't think you get your proficiency to any attacks you do with them.
I mean, I could deal with that, but I would definitely grab a knife if I didn't have my sword.
All right, you grab a steak knife that you picked up on your way over there, basically.
Do I use the same
So-
attack roll and just take off the proficiency?
Yeah, you can use the same attack roll, just take off the proficiency, and then because it's an improvised weapon, it does 1d2 damage.
Of course. Okay. So the attack roll would have ended up being a 19 instead of a 21. I'm assuming that still hits.
That does still hit.
How do I roll a d2? How do I roll a coin? I don't know what.
You can basically just roll a d6, and if it's 1 through 3, it's 1 damage. If it's 4 through 6, it's 2 damage.
I can do that.
So it's
So
1
1.
damage plus whatever your smite is, as this knife literally melts right after your attack from the divine energy you channeled through it if you choose to smite with it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that knife is melted, is gone. As it
And
melts
on
from
top of
the blazing fury of your attack.
On top of that, I also get 3 extra radiant damage on that attack from my radiant consumption.
1 plus 6, that's 7 plus 3, so you deal 10 damage to him.
And the knife
He actually,
is gone.
yeah, the knife is definitely gone. It is melted away. He actually takes a staggering step from that as he's running away from you, but he does still go on his way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he will also take. Callie has Warcaster, so I think she actually gets a spell attack with hers, right?
I
Heat metal?
believe so.
You can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack to cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action and targets only that creature. He's already got heat metal cast on him. Will Callie go for heat metal again? She's already concentrating on heat metal as well. And Sox's bubble is grayed out, which means he's not around to actually give me any advice on what Callie would do in this instance. She would indeed heat metal because it is her highest or strongest action she can technically do here to hopefully maybe save Zeroji from pure outright death. So she uses heat metal again on the scimitar. She drops concentration on the first one to use the second one. He needs another con save, I think it was. Yep. Ugh.
He's taken a 4 on his save.
All right. He would have rolled, because I got to do the roll. I have to. He would have rolled a 19 and would have saved, guaranteed. Instead, he rolls a 4 plus his mods and still fails the save because of it. So he drops his scimitar. Unfortunately for you, Xavier, or Zeroji, not Xavier, he does have a dagger in his offhand.
I mean, I'll take that over a scimitar. Because honestly, at 3 HP, I can't do much.
So he's gonna take that dagger to your face, and he's gonna attack you with it. First attack is a 24 to hit, so I'm gonna assume that hits.
Yes.
All right. You are down because his plus the damage alone downs you. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, plus the damage alone downs you. But just for the sake of it, you would have taken 6 damage, piercing.
Oof. As I'm going down, can I kick the scimitar into the room?
This is not an instance where I would say you'd be able to do something like that because you're, 1, losing consciousness, and 2, you're basically crumpling to the floor.
Where do I see my proficiencies at? Oh, here they are. Perfect. Okay.
And this guy is especially vicious, and he actually shouts back at you, Xavier, "This is because you did not listen to me." And he stabs you 2 more times, Zeroji. So that is 2 instant fails on your
Instant
death saves.
death, then. So I am dead.
Should only be 1 tick, shouldn't it? 1 tick per?
No, an attack is
it's-
2 ticks per.
It's
That
because
kills me
since
instantly.
yeah, since he's unconscious, each hit counts as a crit, which is 2 death saves.
Yep.
Would he have any reason to only do 1?
I mean,
Zeroji.
that's up to you.
Zeroji. Would he have any reason to only attack you once? I need an argument from you here. What would be his reasoning for keeping you at the brink of death and life?
He just had his main hand burned horribly from metal.
That would only anger him and want to kill you more.
But he's not the one that did it.
But that would yeah. I haven't done a single point of damage to him yet.
And
In fact,
all the
I've done
blood.
nothing other than run into the other room. Literally, that is all I have done. Is run into the other room and had tried to not die.
All right.
Oh,
Kelly's
fuck,
not
he's-
here to argue with you. Xavier, why should this bandit keep Zeroji alive? Like, you get something to shout back at him. He already shouted this. Xavier, now's your chance. You can save your brother. There is literally like 1 thing you can do to save your brother, or he's dead.
I will shout, if you spare him, I'll give you whatever you want.
Zeroji, you don't notice this, but the knife was at your throat, dug in a little bit. Blood is drawn. Liz, you're unconscious, so you can't agree to it. The lean surrenders, and Callie also puts down, like, drops concentration on her spell, and just puts her arms at her side.
Yeah, I would have gone for the coward route. I agree with V there.
And Zeroji, you are dragged back into the room with a knife firmly pointed at you. Xavier, you see he is definitely holding a knife to your brother. Mere like millimeters from his throat at this point. All you know, it only takes one slice at this point. He's already done one. You see the puncture wound right next to your brother's heart through the chest. You see the blood pouring out of it. You know it's not lethal, but if he continues, he's dead.
I will drop my
And
radiant consumption because I can do that as a bonus action.
he tells you and Callie and Lean, get to the other side of the room. Put yourselves next to the fireplace. Bring your father and that one over there with you. That one over there being Liz. So Callie obeys, moves over, drags Liz off the chair. Liz, because you are dragged off the chair, you kind of get slumped and bumped. So give me another wisdom save. This is still with disadvantage, though. Or actually, no, this one's not with disadvantage. This one's just normal. So we'll take your first roll here, which was the 19. You wake up.
What?
These 4 bandits all come over to you guys with rope and start tying you guys up.
I would love to plead to at least let me help Zeroji not die in 2 seconds just on the current wounds he's taken.
He give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. There it is.
And definitely
That
keep
is
this
not
tense music
very
going.
good.
Keeping this tense music going. Insight is just a wisdom, so we're gonna do that. He looks at you and says, nah, I gotta do this the smart way. And he drags Zeroji over there, has one of his bandits go over there, and from what you can see, puts basically, if rub some dirt in it was a phrase in this world, that's basically what he did, and it seems to be stopping the bleeding a little bit, and he's at least applying pressure to the wound. And he
Do I
says,
know whether that's enough to keep him from dying?
it seems to have stemmed the flow of blood from what you can see. You know that he's still basically on the brink, like he's definitely not recovering HP and he won't wake up, but it also seems like that's pretty much what the captain wants.
I'm gonna let them tie me up. I'm not gonna try to fight it.
The captain goes over to you, Xavier, and says, this is what you get for fighting me. Let me turn your aura off. How do I just turn an aura off? I'd put it back to white or something? Oh no, I just delete the distance. There we go. Save. Liz, we can remove your unconscious tag because you are conscious now. Does he wake up? Because he got moved and bumped in the waking up too. Saving throw, normal. He does not. Trying to end the combat. Excuse me. And basically, as you guys are being watched over by 2 of the bandits now, you see one bandit keeping your brother from basically bleeding out and dying, and you see the captain and the other bandit ransacking the room of all what seemingly look like valuables, and they both leave. The captain tells everyone all the bandits in there to keep watch on you guys, and tells the one that's keeping watch over Zeroji just to not let him die, basically. And then they go out and begin to ransack the rest of the house. What would you guys like to do, if anything?
What happened? Thought we were having dinner.
Well, we were, or at least that was the plan. As you see, the situation's gotten a little more complicated.
I can see that.
This bandit walks up to here. This bandit walks back a little bit and says, "Oi, stop talking. No making them plans." But this bandit, however, turns to your father, Xavier, and slaps him.
I'm not gonna do anything more than just clench my fists a bit.
And with that slap, you actually hear some rumblings from your father. Huh? What happened? Why am I here? Weren't we just... Who are you? And he goes... And the bandit goes, "You're being robbed. Now shut up." Lean just kind of looks over at him with a forlorn look as well. She looks kind of bloodied herself at the moment too, but she doesn't look like she's gonna suffer or die or anything from any of her wounds at the moment. So she's kind of grinning and bearing it, so to speak. Uh, what is? I have it. I need to know what it is. What is healing word? It's a verbal.
Mm-hmm.
Healing word is a verbal action. Callie has healing word. Will Callie attempt to use healing word in this situation? You know what? Callie using healing word will depend on this factor of Zeroji. It's been about 10 minutes now of you being in this state still, so we are going to require your potential last death save. That is one success. As long as you guys don't do anything to contest them, the captain and the bandit that followed him out come back in, and he says, "All right, swap places. The rest of you fill up your bags. We need to get out." And they do so.
I would love to take this time while he's in the room now to memorize his face and just get it ingrained into my brain.
If I recall, I said he was a gnome.
Well,
I don't
perfect.
recall if I gave him a name. So hold on a second. Let me find someone.
By
Kermit.
him kneeling will be at face height. We'll see him perfectly.
If he had a name, I didn't write it down. I just had that he was the intern.
The intern.
Oh, we came across mating snakes. That's why he said snakes be banging.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't just write down weird shit in my notes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's accurate. He just writes the accurate things in weird ways.
All right. So looking at his face, he has a square face with uneven golden hair and large gray eyes. He's currently wearing what seems to be like splint mail, and you've seen that he can already wield both his dagger and scimitar in a very deadly fashion. And from what you've already seen of him, it definitely seems like he's pretty aggressive.
I did not get any of that down because I was trying to type out something else. Can I get that in a message or anything? Even if it's just that limited information.
Hold on. Maybe I need to make like bullet points for my bullet points. Yep, there it is. Bullet point for the bullet point. All right. So I copied the. Yep. There you go. During the shift between the people, so these three basically move away. This guy takes over, and this guy basically turns around one of the chairs and sits on it, like the badass way of sitting on a chair from the movies that you always see.
You
And
mean the
is just
boomer way
watching
of
you
sitting on
guys.
chairs?
The badass way, I guess, whatever you want to call it. You're dead, man. Like nearly dead. You can't talk. Is it really like? Did you actually have to just search boomer chair sit or something? How did you find that?
I just searched sit on chair backwards.
It's the boomer way of trying to be cool for millennials.
You said he was a
Exactly.
gnome, right?
Yes, which means that chair is really large for him to try doing it. It actually kind of looks silly with him doing it.
Everything does look silly. Fucking idiot.
Another 10 minutes goes by as Oroji. Give me a death save. Oh.
So he's dead.
Oh. As Oroji's light begins to fade, Callie, who couldn't contain waiting any longer, vocalizes a healing word to save Zeroji's life. In turn, the bandit captain hops up and summarily knocks out Callie and says, "What are you doing?" Zeroji, you cough and sputter as blood basically gurgles out of your mouth, and you spit out a good mouthful of blood, and your eyes gleam open, and it's just blurry as hell, but you are awake.
How much HP?
Literally one.
Nice.
And you hear kind of hazy, but you hear, "Hey, boss, this one woke up."
I'm gonna trying to think if I would have kept my eyes closed.
More of the shock from. I'm specifically saying that your eyes had opened, just in shock from basically your life was fading out of you before that healing word hit you, type of deal.
Gotcha.
About another 5 minutes goes by, and the captain goes, Hey, what's taking my guys so long? They should have been back by now. Drag that one over here. I'll watch. You go look for him. Zeroji, you get dragged across the floor over there. This guy stands on top of the table now, and this guy goes out. And as soon as he steps out, Zeroji, your vision clears up enough to see as the door opens, before it closes again behind the bandit, a bright white flash happen, and nothing else. The door closes.
Hmm.
The captain, you can see him getting jittery now at this point. He realizes that while he has the skill to keep all of you guys, and Zeroji, you were tied up. Just to let you know, you are tied up now as well. While he has the skill to keep all of you guys contained while being tied up, he's getting super jittery and skittish about his prospects here. He looks at you guys and he looks at the bags. And he looks at you guys again, looks at the bags, takes the 2 bags of loot, and he jumps out the window and he bolts.
Oh. Guess we should get
I'm
up.
gonna get to the table and try to get a knife to, if I can, like, backwards grab a knife to cut myself out of my ropes and then help everyone else out as well.
About 10 seconds after he bolts, you see a body flung through the door again of one of the bandits, but it is pretty much a bloodied mess at this point, and it just falls to the floor dead. And you see a glimmering aura appear first, as the rest of a familiar figure to the 2 of you appears through the door. It seems to be a certain paladin that you both know.
Oh, thank God.
What's this going on here? Do you need help?
Yes.
She comes over to Zeroji, who's, basically still pretty much on the brink of death, and casts lay on hands on him. You're very familiar with this Zeroji, and you are healed to full.
Thank goodness.
She casts lay on hands again on Lean as well, and checks up on the rest of you guys. What has happened? There were bandits just scrounging around your house.
Yep, they put us to sleep with poison and attacked us while we were asleep.
I wish they could have pleasured me more. They were quite disappointing. Was there another one that was more skilled among them? I'd very much like to chase him.
Yes, he went
One
out the
did
window.
get away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he jumped out the window with what they stole so far.
It was a gnome with a square face, uneven golden hair, and large gray eyes. He was wearing split mail and holding 2 bags.
That's a very accurate description, Zeroji. Thank you.
Thanks, it was the last thing I saw before I temporarily died.
Callie is brought back to consciousness as well from your paladin friend. Perhaps introductions can be saved for later. I'm gonna see if I can catch this guy. Goodbye. And
Go get
as
him.
fast as she appeared, she jumps out the window and rushes after this person, which in full plate mail looks like she shouldn't have the speed that she has, but she's gone.
Alright, yeah, he's dead now.
I hope
Who-
so.
Who was that?
That is my favorite paladin. Bar 1.
That was the person that trained me. Though I obviously have much more to learn.
Were we untied during that exchange, or were we left
Nope.
tied up?
No, she
You're
just
left
went out
tied
the
up.
window.
Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah,
There might be some things that would be a good reason why she left you guys tied up. It might be a norm for 2 of them in the group.
I do not acknowledge this. I'm going to use Firebolt to burn my ropes.
I'll just try to find any sharp thing to cut mine open with.
You do. You find another steak knife. One
Yeah.
that's not melted and currently like glistening on the floor as kind of molten steel.
I'd probably try and cast Mage Hand to untie myself.
You all get untied very quickly with your various means. Callie looks the group of you over and looks outside and says, "It hasn't been too long. I think I'd like to help her catch him if I can."
Oh, perfect.
Huh?
Yes, go for it, Callie. Bring justice to
careful.
this world. I owe you one.
And with that, Callie shapeshifts into a small orange tabby cat and runs out of the room after the paladin and the bandit. Who has a good passive insight? We'll say like above, what, 12 maybe? 13?
I have a 12.
Mine's 14.
Mine's
Okay,
11.
that's better.
All right, so you guys both kind of understood more so that it wasn't necessarily Callie. Callie might not have actually been going to chase after that bandit.
Hmm.
It was something where she's already been far out of her element the entire time she's been in the city already, and then for this escapade to happen as well. It seems like it could be like a shock factor of it all. It seems like she might just be leaving to try to get her own space, but she obviously did not leave for that bandit.
We will find her in the woods at some point in the future.
I I think we scared her out of coming to cities for a while. Hope
Why am I so fucking sweaty? What the fuck?
because it's hot out.
I guess so. Hey Google, lower the temperature.
Be right back.
I'll be right back as well then.
It's fucking 76 in the house for some reason. Why is the heat on? What the fuck?
Our house has like weekend specific temperatures, and for a while it was set to like 75. And I was always caught off guard whenever I started to sweat.
Ah, it's not the heat. It's just reading as the heat because I have the heat and cooling on.
Mm.
But we're not going to set that at 69. That needs to be at 74. 69 is a bit cold. And also, nice. There we go. Whew.
Yeah, I'm cheap, so my AC's set to 78.
I don't honestly mean to be picking on Zoroji, but he is just in the very worst spots for these.
He creates a very good target of opportunity.
He does. He's like the Will of this campaign.
He's trying his damnedest. Whether that's his fault or not. Because he had no control over any of this.
He didn't. That was actually a very quick series of actions that progressed to his death.
Yeah,
If
could have
I
gone
didn't
different.
think that he would have just been more pissed off if I called him a coward, I probably would have gone that route. But like, pretty sure he would have
Yeah,
just killed Hiroji, and I will
technically you
beg to save my brother's life.
You made the right call. calling him a coward would have made him finish the job before coming back in to kill you.
I mean, by the time if he would have gone through with it, I would have had his scimitar by the time my turn was over.
This is true. You could have chased after him and picked up his scimitar.
That was the plan. I actually looked it up to see if I could if I was proficient with it.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, it's a martial weapon. I am with those.
It's just those damn steak knives you're not proficient with.
I did what I could.
You melted a steak knife,
Yeah.
for what that's worth.
Just have to get Tavern Brawler.
Yeah. What's
Then
funny is even a monk is not proficient with improvised weapons.
Yeah, you would think they would be.
I mean, they don't really need them.
Nah, their body is their weapon.
I'm back.
Welcome
back.
back.
So, you guys that were conscious explain the situation to Liz and Sophie.
Yeah.
And then Sophie goes, he was a new hire. I thought I vetted him good enough, but I guess I didn't look far enough back in his history. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's the danger with interns.
I'm glad you're all right, but we probably shouldn't hire anybody for free anymore.
I mean, I thought we looked into him enough, but obviously that was not the case. Anyways, he didn't get away with much from what I can gather, at least from what's missing in here. Let me look around and see if there was actually anything important that he stole. And when he says by look around and looks for anything important to steal, if any of you follow him, he heads straight for your guys' library.
With any luck, Arior will bring back at least the things that he took.
Good thing that she showed up when she did. I was about to. My goal was to run out the front door and shoot out some fire bolts to call for the town guard.
Speaking of the town guard, at your front door.
Assuming that Sophie is engrossed in making sure all the books are there, I'll go answer the door.
It seems to be two guards, and they say, "Oi, there was a commotion here."
Yes, bandits.
A bit of a robbery.
So just to explain what Xavier you just kind of rushed through, as you basically got to this room, let's just say that most of the room has been painted red.
Yeah.
And then when you got to this room, you see basically a horrific sight, as the room was painted red in the last room, but the three bodies only really made it to about this room, about right here or so, before they had officially fallen. And the guards all see that as you kind of ran over it real quick to open the door for them, and they go, "Are those the bandits?"
They were.
They were. We're still missing one.
Are you over here too, Zeroji?
Yeah.
Liz, would you like to just join as well? You be at like the door in the back a little bit, just looking, going, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of those red rooms.
Would you like to make a report?
Yes.
And what would your report like to be? Both of them, in the weirdest fashion, like take off their helmets, put him on the top of the shoe rack over here, basically, and pull what seems to be a pad of some sort out of their one of their sacks at their side, opens it up, and pulls out a quill, and goes, "All right, start from the beginning. What happened?"
Uh, I'll start with a brief description of the fact that there was an intern, and then from there go on to like what happened when they opened the plates from our meal, everyone passing out, and just what happened since then. Well, from what I was aware of and what I saw.
And how long has this intern been working for you?
I don't remember if I was told. Our father would know more. I can go grab him.
All right. And you? Do you have any further details?
Yeah, I was unconscious. Pretty
Your shirt
much
does look a mess.
the
That
entire
is
time.
that is all your blood then.
I mean, a fair bit of this is mine.
I don't know if
I
you
would
have any that's not yours.
I'd say the majority of it is mine. Yes.
Are you aware that you have a beard of blood?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. But you're not dying?
Oh God, not at an accelerated rate.
Okay. Just making sure that you don't need medical attention.
I'll look in the library first, assuming that's where he started.
It's alright. We seem to have all the details we need.
Okay.
I assume intern, probably just a recent hire. Didn't take long for him to step into action. If I was to gauge, it would have been because you two were gone, and he did not expect you to return. But that's just my investigative query. So it is actually a good thing that you all appeared when you did. You seem to have crashed his initial intent. Your father could be a dead man right now.
I am more than appreciative that he is not. Though unfortunately, I was not enough to help prevent it myself.
Alright, so kind of a square face, gray eyes, shaggy blonde hair, and is a gnome. Does that remind you of anyone? Aye, it does. It reminds me of Aether. Aether? I guess. Yeah, I could say that. Alright, well, we'll be on the lookout for this Aether fellow, and hopefully you guys stay safe. Have a good evening. Well, what's left of the evening, and what's left that could be good. We're leaving now. They close their pads, plop their helmets back on, put their pads in the sack, and they leave. Doesn't seem like they needed to, venture any further inside the house. All evidence seemed to be very clearly at the front door. But then Sophie comes out of the library and goes, "Did you give him a missing items report?"
Well, we don't know what's missing.
Oh, that's fair. Well, none of the important stuff is missing, so I guess it doesn't really matter. It's all replaceable.
I think I'm gonna check my room to see if they got in there.
I would like to check to make sure all my stuff is where it belongs as well.
You guys do
they're
so.
fine.
It doesn't seem like any of the bandits made it to the second floor to actually do anything. All of your stuff seems to be there. Everything seems to be in check. If you had locked your doors, they are still locked. Things of that sort.
Gonna put on my armor real quick just in case.
Lean comes up to you guys and goes, "I'm terribly sorry. I wish we could have helped you more."
No need to be sorry. In your defense, we were a little outnumbered at the time.
She hastily tries to busy herself with kind of patching herself up. So she like kind of disappears from you guys. You assume she's going to patch herself up, and when she comes back, she has a mop and broom in hand.
I will assist with prestidigitation.
It still takes a very long time because Arier was not clean when she made this mess.
It's okay. I'm used to picking up her messes.
Yeah,
I'd actually like to try and make actual food for everybody while they're cleaning stuff up.
I'm I'm gonna avoid that room until it's cleaned up.
So you're avoiding the front door and that room.
Yeah.
Where would you like to go?
Uh, somewhere where I don't have to be in a red room.
I could ask for your assistance with making the food because I'm pretty sure this room didn't really get touched. I'm assuming that's the kitchen. I can't
Yeah, the
tell,
kitchen
but
didn't really get touched, except
Okay.
for what was used to prepare the poisoned food. And in fact, you guys see a vial in the room that has been unstoppered and is currently on its side. And it does that classic little drip as you guys notice it. And when it hits the wood sizzles a little bit.
Mm, I look for the stopper to put the stopper in it.
Alrighty, you stopper it up. You have one sleeping death poison with 2 uses left of it still. Basically, it does exactly what it says. It takes about 4 rounds in total. If all 4 rounds are failed, it is death, and up to that point, you are basically sleeping.
Okay.
I'll explain more in detail later because there's obviously death saves, but we'll get there.
Don't drink it.
Yeah, don't just outright drink it. Maybe put it on a dagger or a bolt or something. I don't know. Seems like it could be effective for other people.
If we capture the gnome, make him drink it.
Yeah, I'm gonna store
Let's see
that
how
in
he
a
feels
pocket for
about
later.
getting one movement round and then dying.
I apparently unintentionally am trying to make you the will of this campaign, Kit.
I don't like this. I ran away. I didn't even go towards danger. I actively moved myself out of it.
The problem is that he was not a dumb bandit. He thought he had this all planned, but you guys came back, you dicks. How dare you?
Yeah, visiting my dad.
if he was actually smart, he would have known we weren't staying for that long. But alas, he was also impatient, and all of his compatriots died for it. And hopefully himself as well.
He's
Speaking
probably
of
dead.
that, a little bit later, you guys get the food ready. Do you actually have cooking as a skill, Xavier?
Only
Cooking is
from
a
what I've
skill?
probably seen other people do as I was growing up. Probably not going to be a glorious meal,
All
but
right,
everyone else is
then
cleaning up giant blood-soaked rooms, so I figured I should do something.
give me an int check as you're going about cooking this meal. It can be your assisted, so you have an advantage on it because Liz is assisting you.
Okay, well, it's not god awful, but I got an 11.
You absolutely do serve mediocre food, and it tastes mediocre, but you know what? It works.
There are people that had mostly blood in their mouth. I'm sure it tastes better than nothing.
To Zeroji, it tastes very, very coppery, and you kind of just taste nothing but blood.
I'll be right back.
That's probably because I'm bleeding internally as well. Seems fine to me.
Are you sure you don't need to get that looked at?
Uh, uh, have you watched My Hero?
As in to say, are
Yeah.
we current on it, or?
Just
Oh, are you
basically,
doing All Might? You're doing
yeah,
All Might. Okay.
All Might's mouth bleeding. Just yeah, I'm fine. What are you talking about? Just blood coming out of my mouth. Does this taste coppery to you? Yeah, that's what's going on right now.
I hope I didn't drop any copper in it.
No, I think he's still seems to be recovering. So
I'm also going to use prestidigitation to make the meal taste good.
maybe
You
that's
made the meal taste good, but you still don't really taste anything but copper yourself. You realize very quickly you probably should have just went to wash your mouth out first.
I guide others to a treasure I cannot possess.
Huh?
He makes it taste good, I'm assuming, for everyone.
Yes.
And not just himself, but he doesn't taste good to him still.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm still bleeding in my mouth.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
The fact that you are talking and not dead means there's not a whole lot I'm worrying about other than hoping that Arya fucking kills that guy.
Speaking of, for whatever reason, I can't find her on my damn NPC list now, and it's bugging me.
huh.
How do you spell Aether, by the way?
I
Aether?
edited the comment I made with his name.
Oh. I was almost right.
There we go.
It's been so long I don't even remember why we were here.
We came to Arcanton looking for jobs, and because we live here, we were just staying the night here instead of going anywhere else, I think.
Ah, okay.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, we were going to room here.
It has been 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh. When the chair leans back too far.
I also need to talk to Arior about someone wanting to kill her.
Speaking of, she comes back in, kind of just like kicks the door open and goes, "Blasted gnome got away. Quicker than he looks."
Welcome. Do you want to eat?
Oh, I'm famished. What do you got?
It is made by Xavier.
It
What'd you
was
make, Xavier?
whatever we had in the kitchen. I don't know what we have at our disposal.
What would you have liked to have made? Is it like a chicken pot pie? Maybe
I'd
some
probably just go with
bulgogi?
like simple meat and bread.
Is it like a meatloaf and just bread, just pure, plain and simple?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. It sounds like something I could make mediocrely.
A beef stew.
It is hard to fail on stews. You just kind of let them sit all day. Just add stuff to them. They'll
Well, I didn't have
eventually be
all day,
cooked.
so
They'll eventually be cooked. Right. So yeah, she joins you guys for the rest of your meal. The rest of the night, at least, action-wise, is pretty uneventful if you want to do other things for the night. The unofficial Red Room becomes the normal greeting hall again. Greeting/main hall. And the entryway is cleared of bodies.
For now.
Hopefully for a long time.
Turns out Zeroji prestidigitation does not work on bodies. It does not just clean them.
Can unsoil them. Oh wait.
It did unsoil the blood off of their clothes, but it did not, remove the physical bodies themselves, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fine.
I would assume that Zeroji might just at least attempt it just to see. It's not often
Yeah.
Zeroji gets to actually experiment with dead
I'll be right back. My
humans
phone's ringing.
in his hole.
I will take some notes on their anatomy.
How much of their anatomy is left based on what it sounded like happened?
Well, you got a little bit of anatomy here, a little bit there, some on the walls.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, the Red Room was very gory as well. One person's stomach was basically like, just imagine Invincible went through 2 rooms of the house. Or rather, Invincible's father went through 2 rooms of the house. I will eat a cookie while V is AFK on the phone.
I had some pickles.
Sophie goes, "Oh, Arya, are you going to join us for the night? It seems like we could use the extra help towards keeping ourselves safe." Arya goes, "Nah, now that your sons are armored and armed, they'll be good enough for the night. I assume they'll probably sleep in their armor at this point."
It would have been surprising if you would have told me once upon a time that I planned on sleeping in my armor in my own house.
Always be prepared. And she kind of gives you a mischievous little wink at that one. You know where that wink is going. So I'm guessing you, since you're back, you don't need your training session after what happened tonight.
I don't think that'll be necessary.
Same
Perhaps
goes for you,
tomorrow.
Zeroji.
You're around still.
I need to recover.
I just healed you. You should be good.
True.
Okay, I'm back.
I can leave her with her burning hands.
Probably not in the house.
I will scorching ray her as she leaves.
Before she
I-
leaves, I would like to talk to her about this hit list.
She's not leaving yet.
I feel like I missed something.
We were just chatting with my
just
paladin
flirting.
trainer.
Maybe a mind sliver? I'll do a mind sliver for now. As we're talking with her.
You are aware whatever you give her, she likes to return in kind, right?
That's fine. I'm at full HP now.
He looks at you and goes, "Oh, you tease," and does a little point at you, like with an index finger, touches your shoulder, and you get smote for 8 damage.
There goes half my health.
But as you are aware, she then keeps that
Gonna
finger
cough
on
up
you.
a little bit more blood. Just plop.
She keeps that finger on you, and then you are just as quickly healed again through lay on hands. It almost seems like her supply of lay on hands hit points is almost. It just seems pretty limitless to you right now.
I mean, she does use it a lot.
Lots of practice with that one.
Sophie, who is actually unaware of your action, goes, "Is there something I should be made aware of?"
Nope, just keeping her on her toes. Or rather, she's keeping me on my toes, as it were.
I was about to say, I could definitely keep you further on your toes if you would like.
I think tonight I need to save my spell slots.
I don't think that gnome will be coming back anytime soon. It seems like he ran off in quite the hurry. Going to assume that was Xavier's doing there.
I think you did more for that than I did. As you could tell when you got into the room, I was a little tied up.
That's never stopped you before.
Watching my brother almost die does make me a bit hesitant.
You almost died, Zeroji?
I did die, very briefly.
I thought it looked like you only bled a normal amount from what happens in our trainings.
Oh, no, I was, I did die very, very briefly before you came in.
What kind of training do you normally do?
We
Would you
Combat
like to
Dungeons
join
training.
us? Oh, where are my manners? I am Arior Pare. What is your name?
Uh, can call me Liz.
Just Liz?
It's short for Elizabeth.
Ah, fair Elizabeth, would you care to join us in our training?
Uh, if
You
Zeroji
seem to have the
normally,
armor for it.
if Zeroji normally basically dies, no, I
Oh,
think I'll
he's very
pass.
much alive. Look at him.
I'm
She
like,
smites you for 12 damage.
Ow.
Heals it back up immediately. It's amazing, Zeroji, that you don't have more scars.
Magical healing doesn't leave scars.
Alright, well, I guess that will do for training for today. The 4 that I took out, they'll be enough. We can do more training perhaps sometime later. As it stands, I came to visit because I heard you guys were back, and that you had a couple new ones with you, but it seems that you only have one new one with you. Was there another?
I
Seem to
believe our other one
remember
became uncomfortable with the situation and decided to take some time to themselves.
that was the one with a very large hat, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That would be them, yes.
I understand. Alright, well, fair Elizabeth, it was a pleasure meeting you. I will stay here for the night just to make sure things go okay. I will leave first thing in the morning, though, as I am needed elsewhere in the country. Currently need to be on my way to Undress for an ordeal that has just happened there.
While I've got you here, Arior, I'll pull out my hit list and basically ask her about it. If she recognizes any other names, knows why she might be on here, etc. You know, casual why is someone trying to kill you stuff.
I would assume many people might be trying to come to kill me. I would welcome the moment, though. I would relish in it. And her eyes kind of go a bit crazed at that.
Uh, do you recognize any other names on this list?
As far as notes go, what name did I give you any other names besides hers?
I don't think you did.
Then she does not recognize any other names on the list.
I have
And
no
actually
doubt that you
infers
can.
to you that none of these names seem anywhere near connected. I don't recognize this person. I don't recognize. Is that person's name Jace? I don't recognize Jace. I think. No, I thought that person might be from Adventure. I thought that person might be from Riftfell, but no. Anyways, I'm going to go do
Detective
patrols and train
exists.
while I'm on patrol. Thank you for the food. It was delicious. Nods towards Zeroji, knowing what happened.
Tsuroji did nothing wrong.
And perhaps we can do more later, Zeroji, you tease.
Mm-hmm.
And she leaves the room with full confidence, but might or might not have made the rest of you kind of awkward.
Gonna very
I'm
stealthily
gonna
toss some
love to
magic
play
missiles
the
at her
oblivious
back
to
as she
what her
goes.
actual intentions are. Every time you interact with her.
Alright, so I heard Zeroji's thing about the magic missiles. What was yours about the interact thing?
Oh, I'm gonna love to play the oblivious to what her actual intentions and nature are every time we interact with her.
Always good to have your mentor around, Xavier.
She definitely came in handy this time, though. I will need another training session with her at some point.
Same.
I think I won't get in the way of that training session.
They do get pretty intense.
Though not quite as intense as the blood all over the walls in this room, but you too can learn how to do that.
Uh, yeah, yeah, no,
So, if you're looking back at my notes a bit more, we're actually in Arkenton looking for Benito? Berthio's son?
Yeah, Kermit the
Burrito.
Frog.
Bertio. I don't know how to say his
oh,
name.
right, because he took the town's money and ran off with it.
Yeah.
And he looks
Okay.
like young Kermit the Frog.
Because the mayor was Kermit the Frog.
Bingo.
Huh.
So you called him Burrito, but I think his name is Bertio?
Bertio.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's spelled Behrtio, so we're just going with burrito at this point.
Okay,
the
just
I and
making
T I
sure.
switched around, so it doesn't quite work. I do feel bad trying to give more justification for calling my other character Garlic.
I stayed away from calling your character Garlic for a long while until Kit finally, like, I just gave in to the Kit at that point. And then Kit went back to calling you Galark. You can't win with Kit.
Nope.
I like to play chaotic neutral.
So are you bringing up Bertio?
That was just a reminder for the group. I'm not gonna address him specifically. I mean, I assume the plan was for us to search around and look for him tomorrow.
As long as you have any direction with that, yeah. Yeah.
I kind of thinking that after that excitement, even though I slept through most of it, I think it might be about time to head to bed so we can get to work tomorrow.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
Maybe Zeroji can recover a little bit more with a good night's rest.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Despite having lost that combat, so to speak, you all hold on. You're resting, so basically. You all receive 185 experience. Yes, Kit, you literally just received experience for dying.
Nice.
You said 185.
I said 185 experience.
Okay.
Boop.
Before I'm going to bed, I'm gonna cast alarm in the room, on the windows and doors.
Before
room.
going to bed, you see both Sulfi and Lean casting alarm on the entire mansion.
I will also be casting alarm on the mansion.
And Sophie actually goes to the sons and says, "Should I think about hiring bodyguards at this point? Maybe the bodyguards would also rob me, though."
I mean, this is your first time being robbed in how many years?
472.
I think maybe setting up telepathic contact with someone like Arya might be a good idea, but I don't think you need to hire any personal guards.
Maybe I can look into it. Probably not Aria, though. She is usually out and about. In fact, her being in the city for as long as she was mainly due to you two. Excuse me.
You are excused.
And with that, Sophie turns in for the night. Lean does some more things to clean the house. Scrubs profusely at the wall a bit more in the unofficial red room, just to get out some of the more deeper stains at this point. But otherwise, the night goes by uneventful, and you all get a long rest. I could totally do the daylight thing in here. Hold on. Transition to the color Kit hates. Oh, scene color / darkness already animating. You can enable interrupting ongoing changes in settings. How about that? Oh, well, whatever. It doesn't want to work. Never mind, Kit. You don't get the sepia color tone.
Thank God.
We just have to go back to the splash page for that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I
well,
had a second
that's
floor
actually
for
a
this
different one.
mansion that you guys just never used.
I mean,
Technically, we used it.
It was. I wasn't sure how big the fight was going to break out into. I actually expected uh more shakes and prodding of Liz to wake up. But I can definitely see why that didn't happen because Zeroji basically nearly got one shot.
Yep.
Not a fan of that.
And wisdom saves aren't exactly a good save for me.
I don't think they're a good save for your group anymore. You lost your wisdom saver.
Yep. the one that's good at wisdom saves didn't even fall asleep.
Because she's saved. Anyways, it's morning. You guys go and get your breakfast. The rooms, the entryway, and the main hall both look exceptionally spotlessly clean now. And as you are served your food, you see that Lean pretty much has some pretty dark rings under her eyes, like she's been up all night working on things. And after she serves you guys' food, she unceremoniously takes a spot at the table anyways, despite her status as a, well, those are, one of them's pretty middling, but that's still pretty good for a hit. And
I'm
then
glad you
another
know what
one's
those
just like,
are.
another one's just like a guaranteed hit anyway. uh, Lean unceremoniously takes one of the chairs at the table. It's away from you guys to give you guys your space because she is still a maid, but she takes the chair, starts munching into what looks to be basically just like a bagel of a sort, and has a cup of some sort of steaming brew in the other hand.
Will make her food and stuff taste delicious.
She looks at you, doesn't change it for the food, but puts the coffee back to normal.
No.
And she just says, I need my coffee as black as can be today.
I will make it taste blacker then.
I have a feeling that's more for that just making it look or taste blacker doesn't make it actually blacker.
Shh. Red goes faster.
Still doesn't pick up laughing. Damn it, Discord. It'll pick up all of my munching on a cookie, but it won't pick up my laughing anymore.
I haven't actually heard you take a bite out of your cookie yet.
It's because I keep muting.
That's fair.
You should just chew with your mouth open and mic on.
Mm.
Please.
Sophie looks up to you guys and says, "Oh, so what are your plans today? Do you plan on hanging out, going to the college, or do you have anything else important today? Not that I'm asking you to get out of the house. I rather like you two around, but I know you're always busy with things."
We are currently looking for 5 people. 6 if you count the gnome that we encountered last night.
Who are the other 4?
The 4 adventurers that went missing looking for burrito.
Right.
There is, like, they went looking for food and went missing, or
Burrito's a gnome. He looks like young Kermit the Frog.
I assume by Kermit the Frog you mean Bill, the mayor of Tawdryruff?
Yep.
Exactly.
That would be correct.
So you're looking for Bertio?
Yes,
Correct.
I cannot
burrito.
say that name in an old person voice. That does not come out as an old person voice.
Yeah, he ran off with the money from the town. So
Were you given any of his belongings to scry him?
I
We were
don't believe so.
No. I don't think so.
We have
I
this
could attempt to
contract from his
scry based
dad.
off of his description.
Oh. Well, we can describe a burrito or what his dad looks
Kermit
like.
the Frog. Oh.
Yeah. Who's Hubert the Turtle?
I don't remember.
Oh, we were also looking for Hubert the Turtle.
It might have just been another one of the job listings.
You remember all your side quests.
Well, I have notes such as Hubert the Turtle missing Arkenton Castle. Dorian is a mailman.
Oh wow, what the fuck is this color now?
Is this dusk or something?
I don't know.
It's getting moodier.
Oh, go away. I'm having a Kit moment here. It won't change.
Are you panicking?
I can't get rid of it. What the fuck is this module?
I understand panicking.
Management. Where are the lights? Lights module. Where are you at, and why do you exist?
I think it's supposed to give more.
You know, if the mood lighting actually worked for mood lighting and you could actually change shit, sure, but it doesn't let you change the settings yet.
Yeah, it's.
You can
God, we're
enable
making a
interrupting
lot of
ongoing changes in settings. What settings?
enemies
What
with
fucking add-on are you?
muggers and bandits. I feel like they're all just gonna form a super team.
What are we? We're muggets.
Muggets?
And then they get pirates in there.
Not just banders.
That's when the pirates join. What are we? We're bandits.
Pandurits? Oh no.
Light source animation, allow light sources disabled, but nope, that we're good there. Module settings. Defred's droppable. I don't know what the fuck that is. Dice so nice, dice tray, dynamic effects. Dynamic effects? I don't know. Dynamic illumination.
That's the one.
Yes. Save. Close. Brightness! That might change in an hour. Change color. Screen darkness 0 is not a number between 1 and 0. You motherfucker.
The 0.1.
0.05 is not a number between 0 and 1. What? What? Computer, do you know how to computer?
Maybe you have to restart or refresh.
I don't know. I give up. I went full kit on this. It's fine. Back to the task at hand. So all you have is a name.
I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds like we're not prepared.
Yeah, we
All
probably
right.
should have gotten some more descriptions and stuff.
So just to make sure, excuse me, you don't happen to have a random body part of this Bertio on hand?
Body part. No, we do not have any of Bertio's body parts.
Nope, we have this
Okay.
contract saying we can kill him though.
What? It said we could kill him? What?
Yes, I made sure to secure that before we left.
I thought that was
I
just
don't
a-
remember this.
I don't
Hang
remember
on.
that part of the contract.
Where's my contract
I'm
notes?
pretty sure that the mayor wouldn't put in a part of a contract to let us murder his child.
All
Oh
right,
wait, was it the other 4 we could kill? Hang on.
Probably.
come
That's
with me
important.
into my office. I have a scrying mirror in there. We can see what's going on. Hopefully. All right, so Bertio Sufi has literally only heard of this target at the moment. So this dude gets a +5 save to his modifier. Let's see if he can do it.
Don't make it, don't make it.
What if it just happened to be really good for some reason, like
I mean, if I had a
random?
4, I would say he rolls a 4, but I've got a 13 and an 18.
Don't we want it to be a good roll? Or the
No,
guy.
you need him to be. You need him to have a
Oh,
bad roll
I misunderstood what was happening.
because this is Bertio saving against the scry right now.
I understand.
Hmm.
All
Got
right, and you're
13.
in the office, and he brought you all around to this silver mirror with a perfect reflection of you guys. And as he casts the spell, you see this motherfucking Kermit the Frog looking dude just appear on the other end of the mirror.
Hey, that's the guy. He looks exactly like his father, only younger.
And you hear Sylphie go, I got him. Make sure you get details of where he's at. It'll probably help you.
Uh, can we tell? What are we
Or
able to
what-
tell
what
about
would-
his surroundings?
Give me perception checks. Dun dun
Shit.
dun dun.
Who was our perception check wizard?
The person that left.
Damn it.
Yeah, we lost a good part of the team. It's really unfortunate. But don't worry. Oh, fuck, you wrote better than me. Shit.
When he nat 20s and Liz is like, fuck you.
Hey, we're all really paying attention, though.
All of you see that this Kermit the Frog looking fucking guy, he doesn't actually fully look like Kermit the Frog. He's he looks like Billin, but even Billin didn't really look like Kermit the Frog. They do look rather similar though, but around him you see what seems to be a warehouse-esque building. And you see him currently tied to a chair pretty tightly. Like literally he's mummified in this rope.
Uh,
And you see 4 other people around him.
well,
Are they also
And
tied
those
up?
4 other people seem to fit the description of what you would assume those adventurers are that would have went to rescue him to begin with.
I think they were the Adventurers 4 or something weird like
They
that.
they
were
also-
the fighters 4,
The Fighters 4. Yep.
according to my notes.
And the 4 around him, except for the female who is burly, but not showing as much skin because the 3 dudes, all if they were barbarian, you could pretty easily confuse them for what a classic barbarian would look like. But they all are burly men and one burly woman, and they all are kind of just hulking around this guy, pacing, seemingly waiting for something to happen. Warehouse details that you can glean from it in Arkenton are very few and far between. You've seen one warehouse, you've seen them all in Arkenton, so that part's going to be a bit harder to follow. But you now know that these 4 very burly fighter type people are, if you see any of them in the city, you might have a better clue of how to get to Bertia. And the image of Bertio fades out. Was that everything you needed?
Yeah,
That will be incredibly helpful, Father.
just need to figure out where that warehouse is.
Oh, and also, oh, hello, bye monitor. Just to describe Bertio's actual appearance, he looks pretty fair in appearance with copper hair and green eyes. He, from what you could see of his clothing, it looked pretty fine, but most of it was covered in ropes, and what was out looked a little frayed at this point. And it seemed like he was looking down at what could have been a holy symbol of a sort, like he was praying the whole time that he was looking down. The holy symbol that you saw was silver.
I cannot spell today, apparently. I'm missing all my buttons.
Hopefully you don't miss your buttons during a rotation in a mythic raid.
Imagine. It'd be crazy. I guess we gotta start finding warehouses.
I think so.
Might even have an easier time looking for those 4 fighters, or at least one of them.
I think if we start looking for a warehouse, we should be able to, it should be, help us find it if we see one of them walking outside.
I figure it has to be one that's not near the more central part of town where people would actually be. I'm sure if someone was being held captive inside of a warehouse, someone near them would be able to hear it. But I don't know where all the warehouses are off the top of my head.
I'm gonna send my familiar out into the city to look for the see if it can spot any of the fighters while they're out.
Any of the big burly men's or lady.
Yeah. While we're here, I'll let my familiar go out and look.
And Sophie goes, I will inform the guards if you want, unless this is a private affair.
Keep it private for now.
All right, as you wish, son. And then I will also scry again later in the day. Now that I know what he looks like, it won't be as easy for him to resist.
Alright. Why shouldn't we get the guards involved? That more eyes looking would help us find him. Help us find him easier.
If they catch wind that
And
he's being looked for before we have a chance to find him, they might take him somewhere else.
I can definitely give credence and backing to any argument you make with the guards, so that they don't just believe you're putting him on a wild goose chase, especially after the issue that happened here last night.
I think starting with just a few of us will be fine. If it gets to the point where we can't make any headway, or if he gets moved to a location that we don't recognize at all, I could see a couple extra eyes helping out, being useful.
Or if when you scry on him again and you see us tied up there with him.
Yeah, that would be a good point to send out the guard. So, if all goes not as bad as possible, that will not be the case.
All right. I would suggest if you want me to scry him again, that you'll probably want to have at least one of you back for that. So maybe around our noontime meal.
Sounds good.
I do so enjoy your company, even if it is only for business. And you guys head out from Sulfi's office. He covers his mirror up again just to make sure it doesn't get all dusty and dirty. He follows you guys out. And assuming you are just leaving right now, he escorts you to the door and sees you guys off. Your familiar needs a perception roll. Since it has already been out looking for a bit.
I will. Let's see here. What is its perception? Perception is +3. 20. Unnatural. Well, modified.
Noted.
Oh, it has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
Well, you can roll again. Will it be better than a 20?
No, it will not.
Still noted then. And you guys are now out of the mansion. Do I have the Arkenton map in Discord, I think? We have the 8-bit chiptune in Discord, but we don't have the Arkenton map
It's
pinned in
very
Discord.
important that we have the Arkenton chip tune.
It's very important.
Yes.
Alright. Pretty sure you guys were near the castle district, I think it was. One of those districts. I'm gonna pull up my notes. Arkenton. Yeah, I definitely need to have the map. Where did I pin this thing? There it is. That's right. You guys are in the near the Drake's Gate ward. I think you're actually in Lakeboro. Copy link. Just paste this here again. Stop. That's a picture for ants.
Yes.
Try this one instead. It is not a picture for ants. Just have to open the original up so it'll actually open to its full size.
Were we in the Lake District?
Yeah, you're in the Lake District. You're
Okay.
a bit away from the Drake's Gate ward where the Arkenton Castle, Mage's Castle is. Your familiar is basically just searching around Lake District right now, staying in the district where you are at.
Alright. I feel like the Dock Ward might be a better one. Or the Rogue's Burrow.
Those do seem more reasonable places to
More
kidnap and
kidnappy
hide
kind of
someone.
places.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Although the
it's
market's probably the market and the Rogue's Burrow would make the most sense if we're looking for them to be out and about.
If we're looking for the capturers, those would be the two most likely places to find them, yeah.
the color
There
on the
is a
splash
market
page
over
changed.
near the Roguesboro that we could go check out.
Well, they were in a warehouse, so if that's where some warehouses are, we can check that.
All right. Where would you guys like to check out in the Rogues Borough? You just doing
I'm-
some perusal, looking for some warehouses around the area, things like that.
I'm letting the 2 natives lead the way.
And we could search in one direction and have the familiar search separate from where we are. I don't want to split the group, but I don't know if the familiar can be in danger.
Um, if I have my familiar watching the market, I think we should check out. Can we path through Dock Ward into Roguesboro?
Are you kind of just making a direct path? Oh, also, unless you are taking a boat from one part of the dock to the next, there is no actual road that connects the dock wards. You'd have to go from Drake's Ward through to Ashwood District.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
That isn't to say that someone can't ferry you across the wall. There are ferries that do that.
What do you guys think? Through Drake's Ward or through a ferry?
What? You guys are from here, so I'll let you decide. That's
Do we know if
V's totally accurate cop out in character.
I think if we take a ferry, it'll be easier to see if there are any warehouses near the shoreline. Like, I think we'll get slightly more of a view in there than just walking around town.
Alright, the ferry it is.
okay.
Zeroji, being the smart man that you are, you oh so conveniently remember to have your ferry pass on you. And luckily for you, it usually covered for your brother as well. But because you always partnered with Arier for a lot of things, for your training, just going out and about for doing stuff, it also can accommodate a third.
That's handy.
So as you are traveling through the dock ward, give me perception checks, the lot of you, since you are still perusing, looking for suspect warehouses or big burly men and ladies.
I don't see shit.
Oh, oh.
I'm
Is this where Xavier
Barely.
saves the day? Nope, Xavier
No.
fucks it up more.
Nope. Xavier does not save the day.
All right. So Zeroji, you think you might have caught a hint of what could have been like a big burly person, but they were definitely clothed, and it could have been like they were just looking bigger because their clothes were bigger. But as you got closer, it was just a kind of a larger set person to begin with, and nothing out of the ordinary.
Darn.
The rest of your travel to the ferry is uneventful as your search and vigil for these people or these warehouses goes very unrewarded. You take the ferry to the other half of the dock ward, and now you're on the other half, so that would require a new perception check as you are venturing through there. You are just doing a straight shot, right? You're not actually meandering. It's kind of how I took it.
Yeah, I guess at this point the only thing I'd be taking in personally is just note of all the warehouses that we're passing. And
Well,
seeing
that
if
is
there's
the
any.
shitty part about your role in the first area is that you didn't really notice many. If you did, it seems like it more than likely would have been a chop shop for the fish. However, your saving grace of the second half of the dock ward is Liz. Also, give me a perception roll for your familiar too, as it has just reached the markets at this point.
18.
Noted. Back to what Liz sees with that 20 of hers. She definitely notices a lot more warehouses and the like, especially since this seems to be more of a lower class area. So this seems to be more of like the less actual shops are on this side selling their wares, and more actual warehouses are on this side to actually store any of the wares or things required. Ships, boats, repair shops, all of that sort of stuff. Uh, and there are definitely more warehouses on this side. But what also is a common occurrence is the appearance of big and burly figures, because this is a dock ward where a bunch of big burly sailors or laborers would be anyways, of both the varieties. So pinning down the specific ones you're looking for, you can't seem to do that just yet.
Okay. Well, it seems like we found more of the warehouses, but no sign of who we're looking for yet. Do you guys see anything?
I don't see much at the moment. No, unfortunately.
See my hands.
Uh,
I think I got some of that salt water in my eyes from the ferry. It's not doing me too good right now.
You do pass by the ruins of Tredu Keep. It is a common sight for both Zeroji and Xavier, but something entirely new to uh, Liz. Tredu Keep is the old keep from before Arkenton had a big boom in its size and popularity and became the center of magic for Gran.
wow, this is. What's this place?
This is Tradu Keep. Or what's left of it.
Hmm.
There used to be. You actually just hear from the side. Oh, let's see if I can nail this voice. Hey, mate. There used to be a legend about that keep.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. It used to be run by drow.
that's.
But these were the good kind. They were good drow. They didn't do the stab killy.
Hmm.
Legend
Yeah.
has it though, they died against some demon attacks early on. That's why it's in ruins right now. That's why it's here. The ruins, like you see right there. Trader Keep,
Mm-hmm.
the ruined keep.
I'm getting
Yeah, but
strong vibes like we should enter Trudeau Keep.
If you like that story, maybe you might want to donate to the cause.
I'll, I'll give him 2 silver.
Thank you. Would you like to give 2 silver for my fox as well? He just hams it up. He's going in.
Are you familiar with any turtles?
I mean, uh, uh, maybe. What's it to you? What's it cost?
Depends on the turtle's name.
Depends on the turtle's name that you're looking for.
Hmm. Well, maybe it's among the names of the turtles that you know.
I know an assortment of turtles. It could be one of those. We could help each other.
Might be. I'm gonna just play with a gold coin between my fingers, waiting for him to answer.
Its name is Turtley.
Turtley. I'm
That's the
afraid
turtle you're
I'm
looking
not
for, right? No, no,
familiar
no,
with the
no, no. Oh,
Turtley.
no. It was haggis.
Be right
Haggis?
back.
Is that close? Am I close?
Haggis. That sounds like a meal, not a turtle.
Oh, you're right. You're right on that. Maybe it was Herbert. Herbert.
Swing and a miss. I keep playing with the coin between my fingers. It has changed to 5 silver pieces between my fingers at this point.
All right, mate. Let's get this straight. I know many turtles. If you give me a name, I might be able to help you.
Do you know a turtle named Hubert? I'm gonna
I thought
toss
I said
him.
that.
You said haggis. We're
I
talking
said
about
Herb.
dinner, not about lunch.
I said Hubert. What are you talking about? I said Hubert. That was one of my. I know I said Hubert.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe this can jog your memory a little bit, and I'll toss some 3 of the silver coins that I've been spinning.
Give me a performance check. Dexterity-based performance check.
Dexterity. 15.
Actually, really good for the challenge involved. Spinning 5 coins as you were is actually pretty good for a feat of skill with the fingers.
Assisted with prestidigitation, of course.
All right. Also, give me an insight check.
Modified 20.
Yeah, Hubert. I heard of him. He went into the lake north of no, not the lake. It's a river north of here. He went into the river. Wow, give me the accent I want, voice. He went into the river north of here.
That tiny river.
It might not be tiny. I know. I mean, uh, the one in the city. Okay,
Wait,
that
is
one
he
is a
talking about
tiny river in the city.
the one that we crossed where the ore cart was?
I mean, he doesn't know about the ore cart, but that
Well,
doesn't seem to be the
one
river
we.
he's referencing
Okay.
either.
Okay, gotcha. I will make note of where he's saying Hubert went into.
Now, that was a while ago, mate. He might not be there now.
How long ago are we talking? And I will toss him another silver.
About a week ago. If he swam down the river or up the river, he could be anywhere by now.
Very true. Thank you.
When you hear the accent in your head, but then you start speaking, it's not that accent anymore.
Anytime I've ever tried to do an accent ever.
I had it for like the first 5 words of trying this guy's accent, and then it just fell. Name's Drummond. If you need any help, I'll be here. Saying
Drummond?
tales more Drummond.
Drummond.
Fox's name is also.
Can you describe Drummond to me?
He is male. He looks like he's a human. If
Likes
his
money.
tale was entertaining to you, he would have counted as an entertainer. He's pretty rugged in appearance, with gray hair and light gray eyes.
And he has a fox.
He has a fox companion named
Named
Ossel.
Ossel. I'm gonna spell that Oscil.
Wrong.
Well, I know. You're right. I forgot the J. It
Wrong.
should be Oscjil. Look, this is the fox's name now.
This is the fox's name that I put in Discord. That's like Oskil. Oskil.
There we go.
Anyways, Ossel can help sniff out the fox or the turtle for you. Maybe for a fee. Or, maybe he can just do some tricks for you.
I think for now we will be on our way, but thank you. We are
Well, we'll
very
be here.
hopeful to find Hubert the turtle.
We patrol around, try to keep telling tales, because it earns us money. We need money. Alright. And you guys continue past Drummond and Ossel. And try to keep, and you make your way into Roguesboro. Ugh. I think V is still AFK. When he gets back, we'll have you do another perception check. However, until then, Kit, you can do a perception check for your familia.
Familiar's beating my ass.
Noted. Well, he does have advantage too.
Oh shit, I forgot advantage on the last two rolls. Hang on, let me. This one is for the current one, so that one's a modified 20. Then what was. I had an 18 on the previous one.
Yep.
So we will see if this is better than the 18. Nope, tied on the 18. So what is that? 20, 18, 20? Yeah.
Yep. Noted times 3. What is your communication distance with your familiar?
100 feet. I figured I would meet up, or well, I gave it instructions to come to me either after it sees it, or we will meet up at lunch.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, while V is still AFK, I am going to take a small break as well. Be right back.
How was your weekend?
Good.
Oh, wait.
We've been busy packing.
It's
How about you?
Tuesday, right?
Yeah, closing is Tuesday. Just crazy.
Is that when you guys are moving in? Again?
Yes, Tuesday and Wednesday will be our move-in dates.
Okay. I need to cancel some stuff for that Tuesday, but that's okay.
Come again? I missed what you said.
I've got technically I have Final Fantasy raid at 6:30 on Tuesday, but like that's not important because it's just mount farming at this point. We only have one fight left.
Which one?
The one that you've done actually.
Oh, the Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
Which I don't remember from the story at all.
That was the final Olympus battle. But,
God, they did Elidibus dirty. Like, he had so much buildup for multiple expansions, and then Emmett Selk just blew him out of the water.
just by being better.
Yeah, it kind of felt like Elidibus was rushed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hopefully they do justice to my boy Xenos.
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to make sure they don't fuck him up too much. And now they've just got this new guy that they're gonna make for the expansion entirely. That should be interesting. He's got a face of a previous dickhead, which is convenient, but ooh. I hear what Kayla's watching.
What is it?
It's a show called iZombie.
Ah,
It's very good. I binged it very quickly.
It started off very good. I got kind of bored of it midway through.
That's fair. I enjoyed it the entire way through. To be fair, once a show like has piqued my interest, it's hard for me to lose interest in it.
Still no V on the horizon?
It doesn't seem like it yet.
maybe he fell asleep.
Aye, that's V. V's dead. Trying to make Jummon sound like Korg was not working for me. Will that be Jummon's accent later on? Yes, actually, because I took a note of what he sounds like. Hey, Kit.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to know there's a surprise coming up for you that you'll like.
Is it not death? I like not death.
I am a big fan of Not Your Death as well.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome
Welcome
back, V.
back.
I'm telling Kit that there's a surprise in store for him ahead, maybe that he'll probably like, and he's like, "It's not death, right? It could definitely be not death. I'd like that."
I never like this is my first time playing a wizard, and I am straight up not having a good time.
I will say that because I played a wizard in my campaign with Chris, and Miser is ruthless.
They're so squishy.
I love how ruthless he is, except for the fact that you're my brother, and I will fight tooth and nail to whoever tries to kill you until
Because
they
normally in
almost
my
kill you.
campaigns with Miser, I'm either something that doesn't get hit, can have my damage, or I just have so much health it doesn't matter.
I think Kit's learned about me enough by now to know that if I have combat, my monsters and enemies, my monsters can usually be stupid, and Kit knows this. But anytime it's like human enemies that have an ounce of smarts to them, they know. Look at that squishy guy with no armor on. He's probably
Yeah.
easy to hit.
That's why I tried to get the fuck out of there, and I would have cast invisibility, but I didn't have any,
That's-
like, it was either move or cast invisible. I decided to move.
Yeah, that poison is fucking ruthless, by the way. it was meant to kill your father.
Yeah, yeah, sorry I had to walk away. My cousins, their AC went out, so I'm watching their dogs again.
Oh my gosh. Them and their damn dogs.
Yeah, they were gonna stay here, but uh, fortunately the cat's pissed on the spare bed, so
That is one way to make them not stay.
yep.
Oh, shit. Alright, we're good.
So hopefully I didn't miss too much.
We had Kit roll perception for his familiar for the other side since you were away. But you guys have made it to Roguesboro now. So I do need perception checks from all of you again.
Yuki.
Ugh.
At least I have a plus on decent-ish plus on perception.
You son of a bitch. Each time I get a 20.
Your poor nat 20s, man.
That's amazing.
I think you guys are like, what did Zeroji have for that line too, where that happened again? He had a 17. I was gonna say, I think you guys just did the same exact roll twice, but no, he had a 17. You were one off from the same exact roll twice.
You know, Zeroji's gotta keep it interesting.
Alright, so... Roguesboro, the moment you enter it, this is something that Zeroji and Xavier always notice when they go there. In fact, it's not necessarily accurate to name for the place. In fact, the naming for a lot of these areas doesn't fully make sense. Roguesboro, as you guys
I
are
hope it was
having
just
a
a
look over
misspelling
it,
of rouge.
the one of the things that stands out the most is that there is a ruined tower of broken stone walls, and Xavier, you know of this specifically because it actually is a common training ground of you and Arya. Specifically because Arya has this fascination with a rumor about the tower, And that rumor about the tower is that it's said to be haunted by the demons that were summoned to destroy it.
Seems like she would find that to be a pleasurable combat if they were to show up.
So that is the most standout object that you can see right away because it just juts above most of the other buildings in the Roguesboro. Another one that is not as tall but very grand is called the Eternal Theater. It's a grand theater of half-timbered walls known for its dark dwarven tragedies. Yes, you heard that right. Dark dwarven tragedies.
So they're
Hey, we
underground.
know.
Hmm. So you
In other
guys come
words,
here to see a play, everyone?
The Duergar race. It is known for that race's tragedies.
I mean, if you're living drow adjacent, you're gonna have a lot of tragedy.
And then another landmark that you guys pass by is a column of crystal. Zeroji, uh, you've learned about it in your studies. Xavier, you know about it, but you don't really know what it is. Zeroji, you learned that it's an ancient column of crystal, and it's basically placed to mark a battle from a forgotten time.
Hmm.
And it is specific partially to what's going on in the world at large anyways, with the whole books being unreadable and things of that sort. This crystal is a memento from that era, it seems.
Have I ever inspected it in person?
You have. All you can really glean from it is that it is definitely an ancient column of crystal. But if you would like to attempt another inspection of it, you can do so now with either an investigation or an arcana, whichever is higher.
I think I'd take a look at it too while.
You know what you would be looking for.
Uh,
With disadvantage because you don't know what you're looking for.
ah,
You could just help me.
You can definitely tell that it looks like it could have been from a previous era of some sort, Liz, but you're unsure of any of the credentials or even what kind of crystal it is.
Actually, would this be a lore check?
You mean in terms of like history?
Yes. When you
No,
attempt
because
to
you already know the
learn.
history about it.
Okay.
You were inspecting specifically for more supernatural aspects of it, since you do already know, at least as far as you can tell, the history of what you can glean from current knowledge.
Gotcha.
But noted for trying to get the higher check. I see you. I see you trying.
I like to use my dice to the fullest.
yeah, Arcana's my highest.
Outside of the spectacles that all of you are seeing on your way through the Roguesboro, uh, to Liz and Xavier, you two catch what could be a familiar sight of what seems to be one of the fighters of the troop of four. At least from what you've seen from the scrying mirror.
Very
At the same
casual.
time, your familiar rushes up to you, Zeroji, and you get a in no uncertain words, like a message of a sort, saying that it too has found what could be a figure of the troop, of the fighters four.
Excellent. I will have my familiar follow the one that it found. And we will follow this one.
If you are attempting to follow this person now, I need all of you to roll me stealth checks.
Hang on.
Oh, I forgot to re-equip stuff.
Man, one of those was cool.
I actually leave this to one to me because I can use invisibility to follow him.
Your disadvantage was dual fives. So you guys are literally already trying to blend into the crowd more and not be basically noticed. And you see Zeroji just there looking at you guys going, I got this.
Yeah, I'm going to
As you
cast
guys
invisibility and fly to follow him.
Xavier and Liz, you hear that see Zeroji disappear, and because you guys were so caught up in Zeroji saying what he said and disappearing, both of you bumbled into an old lady. The same old lady. She is very thoroughly knocked on her ass. And you hear a oh, my ass. You broke my ass.
I'm so sorry,
sorry.
man. I will help her up.
You help her up and you hear oh, my back. Stop! Leave me alone! You're trying to kill me!
I'll cast Cure Wounds on her.
Don't touch me there! Why are you touching? Leave me alone! She doesn't allow you to cast it. Are you going to try to force cast it?
If she's not letting me, then I'm not gonna force it.
You
So
almost had to roll an attack to cast Cure Wounds, man.
I figured if I was gonna have to force it, it was probably gonna do more damage than good.
She is on her back now, kind of trying to writhe, but can't really because she's now paralyzed from the waist down. And there are now guards coming towards you two, as a circle has very quickly formed around you two and this old lady. Are you still going to not cure her, or are you going to try to cure her?
I'm gonna try and cure her.
Alright, give me a spell attack. A melee spell attack. What are you doing? Don't touch! That feels nice.
With how she says that, Liz is gonna blush.
Doesn't stop that you knocked me on my ass, but at least I feel better.
Sorry about that.
What are you two in such a hurry for?
We were trying to look for somebody, but apparently got too distracted. Apologize.
Help me up, lady. I'd rather not stay on my ass all day.
I'll help her up.
Nothing seems to pop this time. Well, good luck finding who you're looking for. And she walks off as the guards come into the circle now and they go, "What's going on?" And she goes, Nothing. Just some people in a hurry. It's okay. And they kind of cough, huff a little bit, but then walk away themselves.
Maybe we should pay a little more attention to where we're walking.
Hopefully for the best.
Zeroji, you have the
Mhm.
easiest time ever following this person because, you're just invisible in the air. But I do still need you to roll a stealth. You have advantage because you're invisible.
Okay, roll the first one, and if that's bad, that's middling.
That was on the 20 and rolled off of it. All right. You end up following this potential member of the Fighters for around half an hour, and then this member meets up with what looks to be another one that you recognize from the mirror as another member of the Fighters for. This one is the female. And then you're following them through the main thoroughfare of the Roguesboro. They don't really seem to be leaving it. They actually just seem to be shopping around at the moment. And what they're shopping around for looks like it's essentials, like foodstuffs, care products, just to make sure that they can take care of themselves, and just normal stuff that you would see people buying just to live. If there was anything out of the ordinary about it, it's that they're carrying more than just for the two of them, it seems like.
Okay.
But people shop for families all the time. It doesn't seem like it could be that ordinary, but you obviously know a little more details. So you follow them more and more, and as you're following them, you hear a mighty crack in the sky as a rift gets torn open, and you hear, and then slows the fall and lands on the ground safely.
You cut out a bit.
That was my yell. Don't worry about it. But the person that was falling landed on the ground safely. That was the intent I was getting at.
Who was the person?
It looks like a smallish type person. Potentially could be either a child-sized human or maybe an adult-sized gnome or halfling. Maybe.
Was my familiar following one of the two that?
Your familiar had left to go follow the people back on the one back on Market side if they could find it again.
Okay, so that is not one of these two.
No.
The thing that fell out of the sky appears to have been safe.
Appears that way, yes.
All right, I will continue to follow these two then.
All right. Unperturbed by the disturbance in the sky, you continue following the two, and they arrive at what seems to be a pretty nondescript house, and they walk in.
Are there any windows?
Yes.
Can I peer through one of the windows?
Yes.
What do I see with my tiefling eyes?
Seems like it's like a 60s sitcom show right now, just with two big burly people, one male, one female, but they seem to be just kind of living a normal life. And then you see a couple kids come down the stairs. They're also pretty big and pretty burly for whatever reason. And they all sit down to enjoy a meal of lunch.
Did the two kids look like the people I saw in the mirror?
No. But the other two, the parents of those kids, do indeed look like two of them.
All right. I will continue to watch.
Give me a perception check.
$17.
You hear like the slightest sound of something that could be off. It's hard to tell because while the place you're at isn't busy, so to speak, the road's not busy or anything like that. It just sounded so muffled, so far away. But at the same time, close enough that you would have been able to hear it anyways.
So, do I have detect magic? Does casting detect magic toss off my? Oh, yes. If I use detect magic, I lose my invisibility. About how long have I been following these guys? Might
For
be
at this point, it's around 50 minutes.
50.
Mhm.
All right, I'm about to lose it soon anyway. Does detect magic do? Magic. Okay. I'm going to. Is there a crowd on the street around this house, or just
Not a busy
usual
one in the
traffic?
slightest, no.
All right, I'm gonna fly a little bit away, drop my invisibility, use detect magic, and walk by this house.
Are you just looking in the general direction of the house then?
Um, I don't even need to look at it. I just need to walk by it.
Because it pings within what, 30 feet?
Yes. So I will
Okay.
just join the general thoroughfare traffic, walking in whatever direction makes sense, but will take me next to this house.
Hey, what you doing?
Who's asking?
Uh, maybe like a human-sized child or a halfling, adult-sized halfling?
Is this the same thing that fell out of the sky?
Looks like it.
I'm walking through town. Why do you ask?
You're, you're a wizard, right?
Um, I practice magic.
Can you teleport me back to Riftfell?
I do not have any spells capable of that. How did you... Wait, Riffel. What's your
I-
name?
You're...
Djort. Um, I'm afraid I can't do so. Where in Riffel are you from?
I was at a carnival and I spun a wheel and it fucking teleported me.
Wait, Djort did? Wouldn't have been Kjort. Kjort was in the carnival. Djort was managing reception.
My character's now at the moment. You go with it.
I mean, that's fair.
And I did say
Um,
Kjort. I
okay,
absolutely said it was Kjort.
I misheard because you were going. All right, so Kjort has fallen out of the sky. Do I have any spells that could be helpful here? I'm afraid that I don't know any teleportation spells, and I have not been to Riftfell anytime. You're in Arkenton.
I can see that. Could could you get me back? Do you know
Um,
another wizard?
I can get you a boat.
Uh, I that'll work. How long?
Um, how long is usually a boat ride between Arkenton and Riftfell?
Like at least a while. A
Okay.
long while.
It's gonna be a minute. However, maybe if you wait like, I don't know, like a couple of days, your companions at the Riffel Adventurers Guild, the Sword of the Rift, might have a way to get you back if you pray hard enough.
Yeah, Kit?
Yeah.
Breaking character there?
No, I mean it's just a guess.
How do you know
Wow.
about the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, I don't. It's just if I were to open an adventurers guild in Riffel, I would definitely name it the Swords of the Rift, and I would have one of my primary objectives being to build a teleporter.
Seems oddly specific.
That seems
Right?
extremely specific.
But hey, I am a divination wizard. If you want some ice cream, there is some in this part of town, though.
Maybe later. I'm gonna go to the tower. I got one of the people at the castle to teleport me. Bye!
All right, if you do need help, you can ask one of the two queens or
Man in the
archmages.
cellar of that basement, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
You get some very awkward looks from that conversation around you, but otherwise they move on with their business.
What a strange little man. Seemed very young. Oh, what's this about a wheel? I can't focus. So do I detect any magic coming from this house?
You do, very specifically from the back of the house.
And is it illusion magic I detect? Because I can know the school.
It is not illusion magic. It seems like it's what is? I don't know what the fuck that magic that class would be offhand.
If it has a school, I know it. If it doesn't have a school, then I just know it doesn't have a
It
school.
has a school. It's actually a specific spell. I just can't remember the name of the spell offhand. I just know what it does. The opposite of knock.
Lock?
If it's actually called that.
I think it is. Because knock can unlock lock. Not.
Arcane lock. Yeah.
So is that a transmutation?
It is abjuration.
Abjuration.
I was about to say alteration, but that's like Skyrim stuff. So
Alright. Well, I've got a general idea. I will continue on my casual way back to my companions. I will also... no, I can't recall my familiar because it's out of reach, but my familiar comes to me, I will feed them a mouse.
that voice is hard to do. I
Mhm.
can't get squeaky enough for it.
You just gotta...
You see, I can't do that.
You gotta emulate Toad! And then to do Jort, you just gotta do this, but be like, oh yeah, talking from a high voice to a deep voice. You gotta double voice it.
A deep
Yeah, I was
toe.
trying to cure it up, but I can't light my voice up that much.
It's actually pretty impressive what that man can do to his voice, because it's not he is affecting his vocal cords with that.
All right, companions.
Where are Liz and Xavier at this point? Kind of just
They were making out
Zeroji,
with an old
for
chick.
reference,
Hey,
Zeroji just kind of left you guys like 45 minutes ago. What are you guys doing in this time?
would we have had any idea in what general direction he went?
I was invisible.
Straight up. That's about as far as you got. Because
Do
he went
we
invisible,
know?
and as he was going invisible, started jumping into the air.
Me personally, since I am aware that his familiar saw something, I'd probably slowly meander towards the market area.
Good. Because I want to meet up with my familiar too.
All right.
Unless Liz has other ideas.
So Zeroji carries your ferry pass. Are you taking the long way around?
To the market?
The market? It's on the side.
Oh wait. Hold on a second. I think there's 2 markets.
There are
There's
3 of them, actually.
Yeah, there's 3 markets.
There's one directly above
the 2
Grove Square.
southernmost markets, though. I thought you sent your familiar to the market on the left side, not the right side. Not bad. Yeah, that works still. You can make it to the right side market just fine.
Is there still someone we recognize there?
I will just shift my lore of the person that I thought you guys were talking about on the left market that is now on the right market.
All right.
And are you guys gonna do any window browsing or anything else, or just kind of waiting for Zeroji to meet back up with you guys?
I'll peruse while trying to look for any more of those adventurers for fighters for whatever. I don't have anything I need to purchase at the moment, so I'm not really looking to buy. If Liz wants to buy something, I can go with her to do that.
All right. You're not really perusing, but you do get the shout outs of various shops and whatnot. Like a baker shop is doing a shout out for getting the bread, day old bread for sale, fresh bread just out of the oven for sale, things like that. Get other shops kind of calling out their wares as well, but nothing out of the ordinary. And just kind of waiting around for a while, getting bored. You see this little person, kind of looks like a human-sized, or a child-sized human, or like a adult-sized halfling or gnome, maybe. Just kind of bolt by you guys, and then you see that same person bolt by again with what looks to be ice cream in their hand.
Strange little creature.
And the rest of your wait goes by pretty uneventful, except for that. And Zeroji eventually finds you guys with his familiar in tow. Was I cut out, or are you guys just thinking of what to say?
Did you find anything?
Yes. And I will describe to them where the house is located.
Back in the boroughs a little bit, more in the residential area. Blah 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 blah. Man in basement. Blah blah blah.
Wow.
I require a short rest, and then I will be good if you guys are.
It's
If we
good to
wanted
me.
to meet our father for lunch, we can.
How far can your familiar be from you at any given point in time?
I don't know if there's a limit. I can contact it up to 100 feet away, but I don't see a specific limit on disappearing at any point.
It might not be a bad idea if we were to go get lunch before we handle this to have your familiar watch over and just in case he leaves the house.
Yeah, if we're leaving the area, that would be a good idea.
Yep. I will direct my familiar to do that.
Excuse me. All right.
After feeding it
And
a mouse. Wait, do familiars eat?
they don't have to.
Does it like eating?
They will. They can partake. It
Would it
is
make
up
it
to
happy?
you for the personality that you want to give your familiar if it likes to eat.
Okay, I will feed it.
Yeah, because I think it's like a fey, fiend, or celestial or whatever.
Mine's a fiend.
Yeah, it doesn't actually need sustenance from the material realm. But it will partake regardless, and it does enjoy.
Excellent. Next time you can have some ice cream.
We saw a child run by with some ice cream earlier.
Oh, was it Kjort?
We did not talk with him. We are not sure.
Okay. Did he look like this? And I will describe him as maybe an older child, human child, or a young adult halfling.
I'm going to assume that yes, that is the same person. Though it was never confirmed or denied.
Would hearing the name and stuff make it so that I might recognize it?
You have never heard of Kjort before in your life.
Huh. Weird. Well, we were gonna go get lunch, right?
Yes, for meeting my father for lunch.
With that, you guys quickly head back to the ferry. You set your pet to watch the house, of course, beforehand. It obeys. It watches the house from like a house or two over on top of the roof of one of those houses, just so it can keep a good lookout, a good perch, so to speak. And you take the ferry back. You make it back to the mansion, and at this point, actually, you see the broken glass of the dining room windows is also now repaired, and repairs seem to have already been completely done on everything that was broken in the house. And when you get into the house, everything that seems to have been stolen already seems to have been replaced as well.
Ah, mending is magic.
Yes,
Well, mending
literally.
is a spell.
Yes, that's the joke.
Oh, didn't realize that was
Oh,
what you were
come
going
now,
for.
Zeroji. You don't need to make fun of your friend. She seems magical enough to me. I see you're back for lunch. Did you find what you were looking for, or who you were looking for?
We found where they're being held.
Ah, is this a good time to call the guards?
Um,
I don't know.
Alright.
We aren't aware of what all resources they have to hold Bertio where he
Should
is.
I attempt to scry him again after lunch?
couldn't hurt.
I will do so. It is probably most helpful. Oh, by the way, some little kid came by asking to be teleported to Ritfell. Do you know anything about that?
Was he named Kjort?
He did say his name was Kjort.
Yeah, he said he spun a wheel in Riffel at a carnival and he ended up here. I don't know
That
what idiot
is
would have a wheel of wild magic.
most odd. But he paid an ice cream and gold? It was weird. He said he couldn't take the ice cream through the teleportation, and me being the one casting the teleportation, it would have been fine, but for whatever reason, he was being weird about it.
Liz
Huh.
just has a confused look on her face.
He said something about he didn't want to go back without also like letting other people bring ice cream for him and his relative.
Relative. Is that the word he used?
I think so.
Hmm.
It was very odd.
Some weird things seem to be happening in Riftfell since I left.
I mean, don't they have a carnival yearly there?
Uh, they did. I didn't pay much attention to it.
Hmm.
And never heard of a wheel that would teleport somebody all the way out here.
Maybe it's a
Guessing-
one-off showing.
Guessing that might have saved you some time on your travel up here.
Yeah, that would have made the trip a lot quicker, that's for sure.
Did you tell him about me? Why did he come straight to me?
I didn't speak a word about you.
By the way, I have ice cream now. I'm happy.
That is valid. I am going to take my short rest while we're having lunch and
I will eat
recover a
lunch in my
spell
full
slot.
armor with my sword and shield on my back.
I have scarred Zeroji or Xavier forever.
Oh, then
No, nothing is
Liz,
safe or sacred anymore.
Liz is wearing her armor too to lunch.
I'll wear my, my normal shit. Cause wizard.
No one should dare ever break into this house now. Lest they fully armed and armored Xavier to have bleak retribution happen upon them.
Even if I was fully armored and decked out, I still would not have been able to save Zeroji. Like, it would not have been happening. Like, no, I don't think there's anything I do there to stop him from just annihilating Zeroji like
Unless
that.
you crit him with your reaction, agreed.
Maybe. Maybe.
So, lunchtime.
You guys do enjoy your lunch. This one seems to have been made by Lean again. It does not need any improvement of prestidigitation unless you just want to change the flavor of it at this point, but it is pretty damn good.
I'm gonna change my stuff to taste, or my drink to taste like milk. Chalky milk, specifically. But that's it.
Is this where I introduce mechanics of PTSD to the game?
Oh, you've already done that.
Kit's just gonna see a bandit now and go, "Fuck you!"
I mean, at this point, bandits are kind of,
They've been fucking us up.
yeah. We don't have a good track record. The economy's in shambles.
I'm pretty sure the only fight we've had that's gone well is with the rats.
The rats.
Describe well, because you lit the fucking house on fire.
We won the fight.
We won the fight, and nobody
Handily.
died aside from the rats.
Our
And we-
wizard did not go unconscious.
And we solved the fire problem very quickly.
I wouldn't say very quickly. I
And
think it took a while.
a woman
Quickly
fell in
enough.
love with Xavier. Like, it was kind of just the ideal scenario.
It did go pretty well for Xavier.
Alright, so you guys finished lunch without any hassle. He attempts to scry again, which means I have to actually do a wisdom save. Nope, not two. Just one. Just one. Just one. Just one. Please. Thank you. Oh, shit. And this scry actually fails because Bertio nat 20'd it. So Sulfi just says, "I'm sorry. He seems to be rather resistant, or possibly just sleeping. I don't know. I cannot connect to him again."
We appreciate you trying.
Thank you for trying.
Luckily, we have a good idea of where he is, and we have Zeroji's familiar keeping watch in case he's moved. So
At least if it's moved outside, if it's moved through some tunnel system in the cellar,
that would be unfortunate. Yeah.
that would indeed be unfortunate.
Well, if there's been they escaped into a cellar, then
Well, at
that
least be
would,
able to find it.
yeah, it would be somewhere to look. Probably should start heading that way, not to give them too much of a head start if they have run away.
Alright, so you head back out and backtrack all the way back to Roguesboro
Yeah.
in that place. Alright, you
Trying to
get
click
there.
on it to like ping it.
You
but
get
it's a
close to the place. In other words, you get within Zeroji's familiar's range, and your familiar is just kind of bored, and nothing's out of the ordinary from what you're getting from your familiar's thoughts.
Excellent.
What would you like to do?
So
There
you
was
said there
magic
was a family here, yeah? Just a normal family people.
It appeared to be a family, yes, and then the cellar, is where he's locked up. There's a spell on the cellar door.
Do you have a way to
Is there only one
get past
entrance
the
into the
spell?
cellar?
Unfortunately, I haven't yet learned knock. Granted, knock would also be very loud. Are any of you equipped with? I guess this is where the guard. Oh, right. We were gonna talk about if we wanted the guards or not on our side for this.
A little late for that. We're here now.
Yeah, I completely forgot that I was gonna bring that up. Do any of you have thieves' tools?
I do. But if it's a spell that's locking it, I don't think thieves' tools would get through a magical lock.
Hmm.
You can't exactly pick magic.
Can I do an Arcana check on the cellar door?
Sure. You are all moving back there to the cellar door?
Up to you two.
Yeah, we can head back there and check it out, see if we can get in.
Alright. Are you doing so quietly or not?
I would love to do it quietly, but I just feel not in the cards. And if I try to roll a stealth check, it's gonna be so bad I'm going to make more noise.
Are there any windows on the back side of the house?
There is one. There are also a few on both sides.
Does my familiar currently
like it,
see
don't
anybody
talk
at the
about
window?
it. But
Does your familiar currently see anybody at the front window, or which window specifically? There's currently no one at the front windows that your familiar was currently looking over. There is a window in the back as well as a door in back when you peek around.
Okay, I'll have my familiar do a quick check on that.
Your familiar does a sweep of the house. Give me a perception check.
22.
All right. Through a quick sweep of the house, your familiar conveys that the house actually seems empty at this point. So, considering it was only set to watch the front and didn't see anything come out of the sides or the front, they probably exited out of the back.
Okay, and it doesn't see anything in the back right now?
Currently nothing out the back. Also currently nothing upstairs from what it saw either.
Okay, as far as I can tell, the upper house floors are currently empty, so it's possible that they are downstairs.
Or are they left?
Uh, no, we would have seen. Well, they could have left out the back door, I suppose. Yes.
Well, let's.
But
Guess that means we can check that cellar door without having to worry about getting noticed as easily.
mm-hmm. Anything from the cellar door with an arcana?
Your arcana was a 19?
Yes.
You definitely identify it as an arcane lock spell.
Okay. What do I know about arcane lock spell? Um, how much about the like? Do I know the full thing about it?
With a 19? Yeah, you'd know
Okay.
all about it. It's not a difficult spell.
So the gate is locked for the duration of the spell, and that is just until they dispel it. Whoever cast they have a spellcaster. Whoever casts the spell and whoever designates who cast it can can open the object normally. They can also set a password that if you speak the password within 5 feet, it suppresses the spell for a minute. Otherwise, the door is impassable until it's broken or the spell is dispelled or suppressed. Casting knock on the object suppresses arcane lock for 10 minutes. While affected by the spell, the object is more difficult to break or force open. If you were to place a number on it, it would increase it by like a modifier of 10. I don't know any dispels, but you can still unlock it. It's just more difficult to do so.
I can try and see if I can pick it. I'm just not the greatest at it.
You need proficiency to help? I'm trying to remember.
I think so. I don't remember.
Okay. I do not have proficiency, so I cannot help you.
You do need proficiency to help, yes.
Well, I can.
Either that or just helping one person bumble, which bumbling is not really helping.
I've got Sheila's. Morally or emotionally, I'm not actually gonna do anything to help, but I'll be here cheering you on.
Well, I guess I'll roll it and see what happens. Trying to pick that lock.
Alright.
get him,
I think
Liz.
you
You
roll
got
Thieves'
this.
Tools with Dexterity.
That's
Is that about what
dexterity's.
you expected?
Yep.
You most definitely do not pick the lock. In fact, one of your picks breaks inside the lock, almost instantaneously.
Um,
That was a good try.
well, we could, if they set a password, we could try trying to see what the password might have been.
At that moment, you hear Illumitus, and the door pops open. Who are you? It's one of the big burly guys.
Room service?
Yeah, what kind of service you got?
Uh,
I don't know.
this is one of the big burly guys, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to cast Burning Hands at 3rd level.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, at 2nd level.
Yeah, you don't have 3rd level yet.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're that powerful yet, but that's still really hurtful.
I'm gonna activate actually, I probably would have had to activate the power armor in order to have both hands to try and
Oh wait, hang
do the
on.
thieves' tools.
Burning. Do I want to do burning? Hang on. Burning Hands or Magic Missile?
You sound committed to burning hands at this point.
Yeah, you know what? Burning
Yeah.
Hands is pretty cool. Give me a dex save.
So we're just gonna put, because this was almost sort of unexpected. Oh, not Kelly. Kelly's still there. Liz was in front. Zeroji was like in the back over here shouting, "You can do it!" But no, so he was right there. And because you're burning hands, you're right there.
Man, this is not the normal setup, I don't think.
No, but I will swap places with you after I cast Burning Hands.
And then we're just gonna put this guy right here. And he is now very clearly facing you. And he needs to make a what save?
A dex save.
A dex save.
You can be
Okay.
flat-footed if you want.
Yeah.
I wish I had my nat 1 from yesterday, but I only have an 18 and a 13.
He failed.
Cool. He is going to take, cast that. D4.
Magic missile?
That's
Oh
a
wait,
magic
that's Magic
missile.
Missile. Sorry, that's the wrong button. Boop.
That looks better.
There we go. 9 damage of the fire variety.
Okay.
Gonna tick off one of my spell slots there.
Ah, so you're not room service.
We are.
Add
We
you all to
service.
combat state.
We're here for the burrito.
Somebody ordered some spicy food.
Select your characters and roll initiative. Really?
Hey, what's up?
Slowest combat ever.
I'm not a fast man.
All right. I guess what are your dexterities?
+2.
Xavier.
I'm
Oh, I have an 8.
14.
The fact that he has a +2 and I have a -1 should be pretty indicative.
So 9.14.
That brings you up again, Xavier.
Nice. Well, might as well commit. We're gonna magic missile this guy. Just one missile at level 1.
3 at
Should
level
still
1.
be 3.
So you've
Oh,
been
so
shooting 3
You
of
just
them.
have to roll them all separately.
2, 3. Okay. So
3,
3,
4, 4.
11
so
damage.
yeah.
To go for my
He's
star.
bloodied already. If you can see that mark.
Yes.
Yep.
It can't really move anywhere, can I?
I mean, you could move here, but he would still be able to hit you from opportunity.
Yeah. I will do so. That way he doesn't get a regular attack on me. I'm gonna move here and there. That way, assuming that he can't just walk around me, because he's in the cellar door, right?
Yeah, he's in the cellar door. Liz
Okay.
has him pretty blocked.
All right, then I will do that. He will get an attack of opportunity if he so chooses. He's probably a little upset with me.
Yeah, and he's gonna try to attack you with a big ol' mace. Does a 15 hit?
Uh, mm, we'll let it hit. Uh, no, I'm gonna shield that.
Okay, then the 15 misses because I assume your AC goes up to 16 or so.
Goes up to 17.
Yeah. Right, so that is Zeroji's turn done. Which brings up the thug, or one of the fighters of the Fighters 4, and he goes, "Hey, we got company. They hurt like hell." And then he goes, "I don't know why you hit me, but considering you guys started it, he's going to attempt to attack Liz with a mace as well." Liz, I am assuming that an 11 completely whiffs you. Batters off of your armor harmlessly.
Yep.
Like kind of a love tap, doesn't even do anything. And he, being stuck in the door right now because he does not want to move and take damage from Liz, will stay there, and it is Xavier's turn.
I'm at this point very confused. But I would love to walk up and try to do some non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Perfect. 10 damage.
He's still kicking.
Son of a bitch.
Liz, you slow person, unless Xavier wants to move or do something else.
I had to move forward to do this, so that's my turn.
Your turn, Liz. What is
Huh?
automatically popping up the character sheets as I go through the turns? I don't want your guys' character sheets popped up. I like it for the enemies, but the you guys?
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't
These
know
fucking
how to disable
settings,
that
man.
settings.
Manage modules, because that's another module setting. Or maybe I can just do settings. Settings? Configure settings.
How close are you to pumpkining, Kit?
I'm in and out. I can do this combat.
Okay.
Um,
It is Liz's turn.
well, I will try to non-lethally punch him. Guessing a 23 hits.
Is your punch considered magic?
Let's see. Each of the armor's gauntlets counts as a simple melee weapon.
So not magical?
It's thunder damage, though.
Thunder is magical.
I mean, you're technically killing him with sound.
Punches so fast they make shockwaves. Are you an artificer?
Yep.
Artificer.
Words are hard. We are going to turn off our alarm tomorrow because we do not have work tomorrow.
Nice. That explains a bit.
Aha, found it. It's the next up option. There. Character sheets will no longer be brought up. At least on my game. You have to. I'll have to change that setting for yours, or I'll have to show you where it is.
Okay.
So 6 damage.
6 damage is enough to down him. It is just whether it is counted as magical or not.
Yeah, because it just says each of the armor's gauntlets counts as a simple melee weapon while you aren't holding anything in it, and it deals 1d8 thunder damage on a hit. Creature hit by the gauntlet has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you until the start of your next turn.
So it's a simple melee weapon that does thunder damage. Such a weird damage typing to go with a simple melee weapon.
Yeah.
I guess because they're classifying it as a simple melee weapon that it is not currently dealing magical damage despite the damage type being done. So we'll say you can do non-lethal.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm trying to do non-lethal.
Alright, that is 1 down, and potentially 3 others have been alerted to your presence.
Yeah, I'll take a few steps in just to and look around, prepared for prepared for whoever might come next.
Except for the torch in one of the wall sconces, you can only see basically to that torch's range, and then it is darkness past that torch's range.
And I've got goggles of
You would
night.
think that would allow you to see pretty far into a basement, but this basement seems to go pretty deep.
Would with part of my movement or whatever, I be able to pull my goggles of night over my eyes so I can see further?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout down in the burly man's voice. Never mind. Was just dumb kids playing in the yard.
Give me a deception with disadvantage.
Deception.
Totally did not make the guy sound Russian either, but hey, it was cool.
11 both times.
You hear a very quick argument down there before they go. You just hear one of them shout, "You're not him! What happened to him?"
I will leave it to the other two to lead the way.
He tripped and hit his head.
How hard? Is he okay?
Um,
Yeah,
he's fine.
Yeah, he's just dazed. He's fine.
Are you sure? All right. Bring him down. We'll take a look at him.
That sounds like a trap. I'm good.
All right. I will call that for tonight.
Okay.
Game over.
What
For
was
tonight.
the word that he used? Illuminator?
Illumitus.
Illumitus.
Illumitus. Password is Illumitus. He was obviously not the wizard because he took many damage before going down.
He also wasn't very smart because he opened the door with the word very loudly.
Maybe that is the quietest he can talk because he's a big man.
He is big and burly.
So maybe he was whispering. It just happened to be loud and we were listening.
It is as quiet as his big and burly voice allows him to go. How do you go and judge him like that?
Like, have you met my father?
Have they?
No, you.
Oh, I have. Yeah.
He's not a quiet man.
Yeah, that was fun. And Zeroji almost dying right at the beginning. That was
Yeah, I'm getting weird parallels to our first fight with this fight where we got totally fucked. And then we just totally dicked this guy.
Yeah, that guy didn't even get a chance to react. Maybe, all four of them got a chance to fight. It might be a different story, but what the fuck, you melted that one.
Well, he opened the door and I panicked, and when I panicked, burning hands happened.
Food service. What? I didn't order any food. Oh fuck.
It's a little spicy. I heard you had a burrito. I brought the sriracha.
Wow.
Jesus.
We need to get Zeroji some spandex and a superhero name for those quips. Those puns and quips that he can send flying. That's it. We're turning this game into a superhero game.
Aren't we all technically superheroes, just without the spandex? And
Is
the
that your way of
ability
trying to
win
stay out of
fights?
spandex?
Yes.
Don't worry.
Even if I was wearing spandex, no one could see it unless I wore it over my armor. So
We already have plenty spandex and leather.